Welcome everybody, friends, folks, foes, and fellow pirate mateys, to our latest edition, World Pirate Radio News. It's show segment number 350. I'm your host, as always, the Robin Hood's Chief Communications Officer, Jaffe Ryder. WPRPN.com is a website you'll want to drop by, take a look at. Maybe not right now because we're in transition. Working on getting everything straightened out with our new host provider. In fact, we're working on launching a completely fresh, hopefully a lot more easy to navigate website. So, in the end, it'll all be a lot better, though. At least that's what we're aiming for here. If you have checked out any of the content that we've archived for you here over the past, I think this is our 12th year, if you can believe that. Isn't that something? And have valued anything that we've provided, definitely consider reaching out and showing us your appreciation. Whether it's liking, commenting, sharing, remembering to hit subscription notification buttons, really critical stuff, folks, as far as the algorithms are concerned, or even passing word on to friends, family, and coworkers. Half of everything that we do manage to generate goes directly back to charity. Hashtag WWRHD. What would Robin Hood do? So do take that into consideration when hitting us up with PayPal support. Pirate One Radio at protonmail.com. That's the email address. Pirate, the numeral 1 radio at protonmail.com. Also the same email address you'll want to use if you have any show suggestions or guest ideas in mind. That's the way to do it. We've got a lot of great merch available via galacticfire.com as well. Coffee mugs, t-shirts, and the like. So take a look at what Sonia has helped set up for us over there. And don't forget Patreon as well. We've got that in place, and it's always a way of showing support, along with digital love, or just anything as far as people being able to think outside the box and really doing what you can to to help the content finding its way out to the public on a more consistent basis. So, but here we go, ready to hit the road running, hopefully. And let's take a look at what we got on the screen there. Has her beau arrived? Is that what we're looking at, Sonia? Oh, by God, he has. So there we go. Let's get them on camera here and just oh, the two lovebirds. Oh my God. Tanya. Well, we got Tanya and Sonia. I'm not sure what kind of a duo they are necessarily. You girls will have to work that out yourselves. But dynamic duo, of course, just for starters. But thanks to you. Tanya, of course, out of Mobile, Alabama. Stuck in Mobile with the Memphis Blues again, as the way Bob Dylan puts it. Hey, welcome back. Great to reconnect. Looking forward to having you on board for the duration here. And Sonia out of more or less the Fort Worth, Texas area, I guess is where she calls home these days. So, how's it going, ladies? Thanks for dropping by. Did each of you get the talking points that
Yes.
that we have basically we've put together for this week's show? Okay, good. And of course, that's just a rough sketch. Just some ideas that we've thrown together based on the latest news cycle, and every week, of course, it's things just come at you fast and furiously. It's one of the reasons that I've decided to unplug basically and spend more downtime than anything else. I get addicted to YouTube. I am addicted to YouTube, and whether it's music or current events or things of an esoteric nature, you name it. So it's that's a big problem for sure with the likes of myself. Here in Korea, it's hand phone, what they call hand phone, smartphone addiction. It's a big deal in the way
Yeah.
the games. hmm do you know that Pokemon Go was apparently Pokemon
Invented
Go?
by the CIA.
Yeah, did you hear that?
Yeah.
How about that, eh?
Yeah, they have some of the most intimate mapping of our current civilization. It's absolutely unreal.
Crazy. So, what do you mean? Based on just the data mining that they've been doing?
Oh my gosh, yeah. Pokemon Go provided them with very intimate mapping, not just, locations, but inside of many locations.
Oh, okay. And they use that in a malicious sort of way. Then I guess is what you're saying, presumably.
Well, I mean, it's the CIA. Look at their track record.
Yeah, not all
Did you
that.
look at the recent congressional hearings about regarding the CIA, MK Ultra?
No, although Tulsi Gabbard's office apparently was raided, then it came out that the story changed that it wasn't raided, and then it was again, then it wasn't, and so
Yeah,
Luna,
no, the Congress had a hearing. They held the CIA on trial for MK Ultra, and yeah, it was horrific. It was a 5 hour hearing.
what's going to come of it? Is anything ever going to come of it?
Um, I mean, they're not going to hold the CIA accountable. I mean, maybe some. I think that it will maybe call for policy change. Hopefully, maybe some recompensation for the victims. Hopefully, I mean, I don't know what will come of it, but the hearings were horrific.
Compensation or recompensation? What's the difference between the two?
Compensation.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay.
compensation.
So, and yeah, that was something that you know a little bit about yourself, actually, from what you told us in the past few times that we've had a chance to talk. Um, I wonder where. Yeah, if you feel free to divulge, anything more. Just kind of revisit the what we've already covered, and just kind of.
Well, no, the whole CIA thing, I mean, that all began as OSS, and then these five brothers basically split off and formed MI6, MI5, all that stuff going on, different places, Mossad, etc.
Wait a minute.
But
I mean, Five Eyes.
yeah,
Five brothers. I wasn't sure. Yeah. Okay.
yeah,
So.
Five Eyes, different ways, and but the intelligence going on just in you know the privatized surveillance combined in conjunction with law enforcement, where you have all of these block cameras, these other
Oh my God.
types of surveillance cameras that are being erected everywhere.
And
Yeah,
that's
the
that's
data center, or
sure.
the
Yeah.
data set
Sure.
that they are, it's unconstitutional. And I mean, now over 50 officers have been charged in 12 different states for using those cameras to stalk women.
Oh really? You mean like, oh,
Yeah.
she looks pretty hot.
Yeah, or oh, maybe I hit on her in a bar, she rejected me, and but I have the badge, so I can do what I want. And
Wow.
whatever their mindset is. But
Yeah. Oh my God. So, all right. Now,
Palantir, all those, but that all goes back with the CIA. But Pokemon Go gave them way too much information.
how did that all work? Break it down
Well,
for us.
when you play,
Location,
a lot
location,
of times the
location.
people that play, they'll have their phone on, and it's mapping, showing a camera open of the scape before you, and there's Pokemon everywhere, and you catch them. So, but as it's panning around, in whether you're inside or outside, in your room, in your wherever that you're doing this, it's capturing all of that internal mapping.
Oh, oh, so it's like Google Earth, under and by another name. Basically, it's just doing the work that maybe Google
Yeah,
Earth can't get around to.
right. But now they have actual literal pictures of your living room or your bathroom or whatever.
Yeah, incredible. Well, there's technology too where your people are being spied on, wherever they are, whether
Right.
in their domestic domicide.
Oh yeah, I
You know,
experienced equipment like that in Israel. That was insane.
you visited Israel?
I trained in Israel.
Oh, with the martial arts.
Yeah.
What's that called? The Kavla
Krav Maga.
Krav Maga.
Krav
Okay,
Maga.
hang on just a second, Miss Krav Maga black belt dangerous lady person. uh, Roger is here. Roger Hansen, who I guess you were asking, like, who's Roger Hansen? Do you think we'd make a good couple or what? Roger, did you hear her? She was
Oh
wondering
God, no.
your availability. Hello, Roger. Out of West Frankfurt, or as some prefer, Frankfurt, Illinois.
Yeah, don't listen to him. He's crazy.
What's that?
I said, don't listen to you. You're crazy.
Right. So, okay. What's up then, man? What's up? And where is I wonder if Sonia's coming back. Well, how are things going, Roger? Introduce yourself, please, if you would, to our audience and to Tanya here, who's kind of semi curious.
Right.
And by the way, can you try to get a better background than the silly Triskelion or whatever the heck this OBS icon is that you're using there?
I could, but I mean, it's just if
Yeah.
I did that, I'd have to turn on my OBS, and
Oh,
it
you
would just
can't
get
change the
ridiculous.
background?
No,
We
I
can.
can do like a weird. I can do one of those weird background photos off of.
Yeah, do something like that.
Jitsi, I guess.
We can change
Yeah.
ours. We're going to try to change ours here, but I can't get on camera, unfortunately. Or maybe that's for the best, ultimately. So, it is what it is. But go ahead. Yeah, introduction and let's see.
Well,
Tanya.
I'm Roger Hansen. I live in West Frankfurt, Illinois, and I'm on Jaffe Ryder's show called the what is this again? Pirate Radio Podcast.
Is that what it's called?
I believe so.
Okay.
The PRPN.
Uh-huh.
World Pirate Radio News.
Yeah, right. That's right.
There you go.
And
But see, you still got the OBS.
hopefully you'll be able to bring a few things to the table here today.
I'll listen in, and if there's anything that I can bring to the table, I will do it.
What the hell is that noise in the background? Is your brother fiddling around with the potato chip bag again?
No, that was me. I have my I roll my own tobacco and smoke roll your own.
Oh, I see. American Spirit?
I don't. No, Golden Harvest.
Oh yeah, it's all natural, additive or chemical free?
I hope.
You hope so. That's.
I mean, it's nicotine.
That's what they tell you. Yeah. So okay.
I found out over in your neck of the woods, they're selling what I pay $3.54 for tobacco. You guys have to pay $50, dude.
What?
Yeah, I just found that out the other day with Bob.
What kind of tobacco is this?
Just any kind of roll your own tobacco.
They charge
It's
$50 in
$50
Korea.
in Korea, freaking New Zealand, and in Australia as well.
This is crazy. So, well, look, I've been saying for the longest time, we've got it's world global fascism is what we have here, folks. Is this? I've been saying it for years, and not enough people have picked up on it, unfortunately, and on these things until it's well past the point of where these history has unfolded because you got people that
Hold on.
of
Can I ask a question?
course.
Okay, so you said your tobacco is about $3.50 in the United States, but about 50 in South Korea.
That's what he said. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I was muted.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So that made me think of something. I have a friend in India. He's the father of musical therapy in India. His name is Timothy Saran, or Tim Tim Trimurti Saran.
Trimurti,
And we were
cool.
talking one day, and just to be supportive, I was like, "Hey, I'm kind of interested in this book you wrote about alternative medicine. He's written a lot of books. He's brilliant." And so he sent me an Amazon link, but it was a UK Amazon link where I would have paid about $4.50 for this book. It wouldn't let me purchase it from that Amazon. It sent me instead to the quote unquote American Amazon
Yeah.
where it was $20.
Yeah. I don't do
Oh, yeah.
Amazon anymore at all,
It's the
man.
opposite of that. Like over there, they're like, hey, something that's bad for you, no, it's gonna cost more. Here they're like, books? Huh, Americans shouldn't read. We're gonna make you pay $15 more for that, you know?
Yeah. Wow.
That just struck something when you said that, sir.
Yeah. Yeah,
No,
making
it's a new standard they're coming up with. They want to price everything according to the area that you're in. Like they think that since the United States is a more richer country, they can charge more money here. But then they turn around, and they sell the same thing to another country at a cheaper price.
well,
You
it's
see,
it's a
so
great leveling is what we're facing, what we're in the midst of right now. That's what the globalists, like through the Davos and the World Economic Forum and all the big movers and shakers, the World Health Organization with their eugenics agenda and so forth. All the globalist agencies and outfits are they're hell bent on bringing about this great leveling, so that the first world is taken down. In case people haven't noticed, that's what we're witnessing with the Kalergi plan, which
Yeah,
interests.
I don't call them the elite class anymore. I call them the delete class.
Yeah, or the parasitical. What? Yeah, delete us.
Oh,
Yeah. So they are parasites too. I mean, they really are. Because under their, I mean, we're their prey. They feed upon us.
have you ever seen true wealth, like wealth come from truly honest means? Because I have not.
No, yeah, that's what they say. Like behind every great fortune is a great crime.
Exactly.
Look at Trump right now, huh? He's flailing terribly. It's really
Ugh.
kind of tragic and pathetic. He could have done a lot better. He could have, but I think really because of the Epstein files and the way that he's terrified of the truth coming out, not only regarding his so-called friends, as he put it to Marjorie Taylor Greene, but him personally and in particular. It's a hypothesis that I have, but what more could it really be? Why is it that look at the promo splash photo that we used in conjunction with this week's show. Did you pick up on that? Did anyone, take the time to note and reflect upon him? And basically, these are the elitists, the Jewish elite. I mean, there's elites of all types. Obviously, these are the Jewish multi-billionaires, I guess, as they are, some of them at least. And he's coming in and bowing to them. I mean, have you seen him bow to any royalty?
It's disgusting.
Has he ever bowed to
disgusting.
royalty? Never. Only these people for some reason.
I don't believe that the custom of bowing as a form of respect to me is very. It's.
I bow.
I don't agree with it. I don't, even as a Buddhist, I don't want to bow to the statue.
Oh yeah.
And to me, it's not that I don't respect the person in front of me. It's that I don't want anyone to bow to me. I feel like we could show respect in a more egalitarian and appropriate way.
Okay. All right. Well, we got Sonya Galactic on board here with her new beau, Johnny Boy. So they're at her side. What a great couple they. I mean, smiling, happy. Like, oh, look out, folks! This could be earth shaking.
I finally got my sound to work.
Well,
what
yeah.
A pain in the butt.
But
Tanya, I tried to say hi like 5 times.
Why do you have that radiant glow? She has that radiant glow to her all of a sudden. What's going on there?
Well, I've been, we're like at a campsite, so I've been sweating a lot and all that kind of thing.
Sweating from what?
Outside.
Oh, okay. You haven't. You've yet to consummate the relationship, is what you're saying then?
That's big fat Nanya. Okay.
Pardon me?
It's a big fat Nanya.
Something about TMI or something. I don't know what the hell.
Something like that. A little bit. Yeah. A little bit.
So what is that above you there? It's a big fan, I guess, you got for air conditioning?
Well, no, actually, that's just a fan, like an exhaust fan for the camper.
That's your camper that you're in right now at your friend's place?
We're in John's camper right now, Jeffrey. Thank you for asking. I do appreciate that.
Well, why don't we give John a chance to introduce himself then? He's happy to be on camera here. We hear that he's a computer whiz of sorts. And John, are you done any live streaming?
No.
Well, you are now. We've formally
behind the veil.
Well, welcome aboard the Robin Hood. We've formally now broken your live streaming cherry.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what we say to all the newbies. So yeah, do you know any good pirate stories or riddles or rhymes or jigs or
what's it? Not off the top of my head.
What's your first time? What's the first time you ever, with pirate movies or Treasure Island, anything like that as a kid growing up that you remember that really maybe made an impression?
Well, yeah, I think probably Disney World in the 70s, Parts of the Caribbean, or somewhere around there. That's probably the first time.
Okay.
Or Robert and Crusoe. Yeah.
Okay.
Mold stuff. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, hey, Sonya, your audio is coming through. It's not too bad. It's a little. Sometimes it's popping, like a little staticky or something. Like there might be some dust. Hey, that's a cool view. Bring it up a little bit, though. I'm
just happy to have audio at this point, Jeffy. Okay. It was a struggle there for a few minutes.
Give it a 7 out of 10. 8 maybe.
And I'm just on my phone right now, so
right on.
I don't got the complete setup going on.
Do you want turn it back the way you had it, maybe? Because with the screen, because now John, you cut him out for the picture for some reason.
That's okay.
No. Okay,
doesn't want to be on
back over towards you a little bit. You had it good there. Back over towards you. There. Oh, down a little bit. It's like scratching somebody's back. Down a little. That's almost perfect there. Actually, that's pretty. Down a little bit. Down. This is high quality streaming. This is what people drop in.
Better?
kind
better.
of
Yeah.
we want more of John. We need more of the new beau in your life there, new guy.
There we go. New bow.
Yeah. Okay. Good stuff. Excellent. Okay. Well, Roger, anybody? Do you have anything? I wish them, the best of luck, of course, with their new budding relationship. You guys have known each other for what now? 3-4 years? Is that right? You haven't. What is this?
Yeah. What is this?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So okay, let's not put them on the spot too much. So, but okay,
I'm really happy to see you look so happy, Sonia.
That's a good point.
Love you, Tanya.
Yeah.
I miss you.
I miss you. I've been really busy.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's been busy.
Yeah, getting teenagers ready for school is not for the weak.
Oh my gosh, it is not. That is right, for sure.
No.
How many kids do you have, Tanya? 2 boys?
I have 3. My oldest is in the Navy.
Right.
Like he's gone. He's in North Carolina.
Davy in the Navy.
And my middle son is about to turn 18 in September.
Mm-hmm.
And my daughter is going to be 16 in December.
All right. Good. So you got 2 boys and a girl.
Yeah.
Okay. And Sonia, do you have the same, Sonia? I forget. You got a couple boys. And any girls? I forgot.
I do have a couple of boys, yeah.
No daughter.
And 20, yes. My daughter, I lived with her for the longest time.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Okay. Oh, that's right. I'm totally spacing out. I'm sorry. Yeah.
You're spacing. Yeah. So the 34, 36 for my daughter and my son, and then my other son's 20. So yeah.
All right.
Oh wow.
So,
I guess you and John aren't talking. You and John aren't talking about launching a new family, not at this stage at least. Is that right?
Well, no. I mean, I'm 54, so I'm gonna let you go ahead and guess on that one.
Well,
we're good.
That ship has sailed. Pardon the pun.
It's kind of an integration of family now, kind of thing,
The factory's closed, but the playground's open.
Ooh. Okay. All right.
Right.
Yeah.
There you go. Well said.
Well, the way science is these days, some pretty cutting edge, amazing things that are being done. But yeah.
But you don't want an AI robot womb?
Maybe an AI robot sex doll. That's about as far as I'd go.
Yeah, and then when they all hit the switch to make them all turn on us, and your AI sex robot kills you.
Or crushes your cock.
Oh no!
Won't let go. What's that?
What the F, man? You're gonna owe some money to.
No. Those are F-bombs. Shit, piss, fuck, cunt, motherfucker, cocksucker, and tits.
Okay.
George Carlin. We're not on TV.
I mean, come on.
We're not on TV. This is, I don't know what your general disclaimer. Yeah, NSFW, folks. So
NSF not safe for work.
Yeah, but speaking of kids,
unless you're at my work,
what
people say anything.
Oh yeah.
Ditto. Yeah.
So you've been busy with your body massage largely, and then you have, of course, your martial arts academy. Is that right, Tanya?
Yeah, and I just this past weekend probably got one of the most surprising calls of my career. I was contacted by the military.
Oh right, yeah.
To aid with a crisis intervention thing because we had a horrific thing happen here across the bay, which is maybe like 30 minutes, 45 minutes from my house. A youth stabbed his mother to death and tried to stab the father to death, but the father survived, maybe because of training. He was the base commander here for a reserve unit, and so they did this crisis intervention day for them, like where a lot of resources were brought in to show them, hey, you're supported in this way. And so they didn't call for hypnotherapy or massage, what you'd think for, someone would call me for crisis intervention. They called for me to do Reiki for the soldiers. I was the only civilian they brought in. So if you can imagine your sci-fi thing of, you walk in a base and there's me channeling Reiki over soldiers. That was just I think a really huge step for Reiki, and but also within the spectrum of Reiki, it's gotten a little weird out there. You've got people that think they're aliens, and a lot of just woo woo that's not Reiki, and then you have somebody wanting to capitalize off of this, so they've made fire Reiki and money Reiki and dragon Reiki and all this nonsense that. So I mean, at least it has paved a way for legitimate Reiki practitioners, and maybe will help open some doors for that to be utilized in more of a capacity that's widely accepted, because it really is helpful, especially with mental health issues.
Sorry, we got a cat here. It's pretty hyped up right now, wanting to kind of steal the show. He's good at doing that.
But
right?
I mean, we've gone from a time where it was so demonized.
Yeah.
And you go from the witch trials, which come to find out, Deliverance Dane, the one who was let go because she was pregnant, it's my 10th great grandmother.
Really?
So to go from literal like witch trials to Reiki being done, even though Reiki is not witchcraft, they're not related at all.
Just energy work,
but
I guess.
One could put them in the same side of the unseen coin. And so to go from that to this is very prolific. I feel like it's a big cycle that's.
We were just talking today. Actually, I was on a show and we were talking about. I was interviewed. My experience with the paranormal over the years. So I made a big list of items. Different occurrences, manifestations, and so forth that were a little bit, out there, as it were, and. Yeah, the bloodline business and the fact of how I got wrapped up with this, witch that had part of a generational lineage, and her wanting to bury her family grimoire in our house cellar. And I think this is like she wanted to put it like in the ground, in the dirt kind of deal, have it buried in a box, or who the hell knows. I don't think she did in the end. I don't think she did. She might have secreted it down there and then taken it back at her leisure. But yeah, with you and the Reiki though, the energy work, and or anyone else, it's the bottom line. Is it not? It's a question of, does it work? And
It does.
You can talk placebo effect or what have you, but the thing is, people,
well,
does
I mean,
it
you
work
can go on my
not?
YouTube channel, and I have videos of me using a measurable instrument that is measuring a current coming in and out of my hands.
Really?
Or rather, the current going out of my hands, but when it stops and when it begins.
Wow.
Yeah, I used a K2 device.
Okay. How about that? So did your mother teach you, or your grandmother teach you anything, or tell you much, get you on the path that you currently find yourself spiritually, or not?
My grandfather was a 33rd degree Mason.
Okay. And
but he wasn't very, like, I don't know, when you hear like of the esoteric stuff about the Masons, like I couldn't see that reflected in his life specifically.
You know, to be 33rd degree,
They weren't
apparently.
very into church, but like they belonged to a church.
Well,
No, nobody really. My grandmother taught me like, just it was more like my black nanny. She was like with our family, like worked with my grandmother from the time my mom was a kid, and I
okay.
remember her through my childhood. She taught
Right.
me little things, I guess root working things,
Okay,
but
right.
she would take me to her church, which was way different from regular church.
That African American, maybe.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Would they get
And
into the? Would they?
she
Danny.
huh?
Oh, I was just gonna ask about like soulful singing and gospel. You know, with the way the choirs get
Yeah,
really
they
worked
were
up.
like dancing and drumming and like, and then you go to, and it's sad, that all these people, they talk about this coming together and you're all united under Jesus, but why is there black church and white church?
Well, I guess there, yeah, or
You go
mixed.
to the
There's
more
mixed
secular churches and you'll see
congregation.
more of a mix of people, but
Yeah.
if you go to an African American church, you generally don't see many Caucasian people
Right.
there. Like when I went as a child, I was the only person there, and compared to what I was raised in, like the school that I went to, which was attached to a church, um, it was it was like torture.
Similar with the natives in Canada, that sort of segregation. What
Right?
Europeans and natives. That's similar. Because I'll tell you what, like one night I crossed the line in the local cabaret and went and sat with the natives, and
Uh-huh.
that was totally verboten. It was a nightclub, right? It was a cabaret,
Right.
and there's like dance floor and the whole thing, and these people, I grew up with a lot of these people. They're my friends. They're native Indians. So what? They're my friends. It's
Right?
like they're people. They have a different life,
Like me,
and
I get along with everyone, because I don't see that, but here in the South, a lot of people do. It's very apparent. It doesn't seem like it's getting better, unfortunately.
and that works from on all fronts. Like blacks being down on whitey and vice versa. I guess sometimes is that right?
Yeah, it goes both ways, and I'm
Sure.
just like, can we just get over ourselves?
Well, people, haters gonna hate, I guess. So, anyways, but look, what do we look at the time? We're doing okay for time. We have talking points here. We got a lot to get to, of course. And hey, speaking to that show that I did this morning, as I, explained to you earlier, Tanya, she messed up. We're gonna have to re-record the whole damn thing, is what she's telling us. Although it's not really the case because I think I've got it here on this end, just not maybe the way that she would want it to be. Although what I could do, like I've got it recorded through OBS, so I'll have to check here, but then I could send her some slides that she could maybe integrate and get produce ultimately with the post production, get put up on her YouTube. So it happens though. From sometimes she's a bit of a newbie though too, and I'm not sure why she had this problem, but it was a good conversation, and yeah, I'll be happy to do it again. Just hopefully it's not necessary because we have enough for a part two, as it were, part dia, and uh, it was just great though. It was really cool because I don't. There are things in all of our lives, maybe if we really look at closely, that do stand out. We started with synchromysticism. That was one of the first talking points, and without getting into details, just the theme of synchromysticism and things in our environment, whether they're sounds or signs or people or just certain terms, certain different talking points that are, that maybe you'd been discussing recently, had been on your mind, and then suddenly from out of the blue it pops up. into your news feed, or just a friend even mentions it, and or what have you. So, but also, I'm as I shared with her during the show that we did, I'm uh, a negative blood type, B negative. Now, I'm not sure, you guys might know. Is that RH negative? And I know B negative is it's rare. So there's something, speaking of bloodlines and whatnot.
Yeah, I'm O negative.
Okay.
Yeah, if it's negative, you're RH negative.
Really? Any negative is
Yeah,
RH
because you
negative.
don't have the RH protein that would make it a positive protein.
So you're O negative, and all these negatives are rare.
Yeah. Right. Another rare blood type is also AB positive. Well, it's not as rare, but it's the universal recipient, so they could receive anyone's blood. But like and I could give blood to anyone, but I can only receive my own blood type.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is just so cool, man. Interesting how the Jehovah's are really really sensitive when it comes to that whole business. What did Roger Hansen say here in the comment section? It just popped up. How cool is that? I'm not sure if that was via Jitsi or what exactly. Roger, go for it. What were you saying there regarding blood types?
I just found the stuff you were talking about and posted it for you on Jitsi. It's a B negative is a rare blood type found in only 2% of the population. It features the B antigen in red blood cells and lacks the RH factor. B negative individuals can donate red blood cells to B negative, B plus, AB, and AB plus types, but can only receive blood from B negative and O.
Wow. See, and that's what I've been told, that here in Korea, like if I get into trouble with like an accident, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tricky. Hopefully the wife will be aware, or I'll be conscious enough to. I think
I'll send you some blood, man.
So you could help save my life. Is that right?
Yes.
Well, we're not gonna do it that way. I don't think it's just too much hassle. But that's so cool. Actually, you know what Dana said today. She's her thinking was, her response to this whole business was, isn't that what hybrids have as their blood type? That's what she said. So I really don't know. That's my dad. He
I
says,
don't think I'm an alien. So
well, I'll tell you. I think we're all aliens. Actually, we just don't know it. But my dad, the way he put it, he's like, we're walk-ons. I think it's walk-ons, like whatever that means. It's like,
could people have had some interesting rebirths and incarnations? I have no doubt, but we must be where we are.
Well, there's not much choice in the matter, is there?
Right.
Yeah, and the people we meet, the reason, like, you're here, and Roger and Sonia and her new boyfriend, everyone out there listening, And Sonia, where are you going? Are you bored to tears? What's the deal? Going outside for a ciggy? John doesn't smoke, by the way, so we're hoping to.
She's going outside to hang out and.
Good. She should be outside. She should be outside. Yeah, get some fresh air. Jeez.
I miss you, Roger.
I heard you're vegan. I heard you're not a vegan anymore. You're a meat eater.
I'm a meat eater now. That's right.
Oh, you better.
She's a nasty meat eater.
You better, Roger, watch the salty style jokes. Now that John's in the house, he'll have to come clean your clock.
What? Well, the John's in the house. He'll have to come in.
John's a lover. He's not he's not a fighter. He's a lover. So
she's turned meat eater for a man, is what it was.
Oh God.
Oh my goodness.
Now see, that's the thing. Is like, now I would never say something like that. Now she's got a new boyfriend. I would just, because it's kind of, I don't know.
Well, it's
it
cool
depends how he
because
takes
usually
it.
it's the other way around. You know what I mean? Usually it's the guy that turns vegan for a woman. And,
Are you talking?
I mean?
Are you talking
It's
save a tree, eat a beaver, that kind of philosophy, or what?
yeah, that's probably it.
Okay, well there you go, listeners. Think about it. You big
She
ego
is a
freaks.
meat eater now. She walked away from the vegan life.
She always was a meat eater. She was born a meat eater. So, John, are you gonna come? Were you gonna put him in his place here now, or what? Let it slide.
Yeah, I'm letting it slide right now.
Oh, Roger, man, I tell you. Geez, I wouldn't. Yeah. I've razzed her in the past, but now that you're on board, it's like I'm definitely gonna show more
chicken.
respect.
He's a chicken.
I mean,
Let's respect to both
like
John
true
and
friendship, right?
Pardon me.
Some people. I mean, it's true friendship to people.
Bust their balls.
That means like you care.
Bust their balls.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
yeah. Well, that's true.
For some people, it's like a love language.
Yeah, but some people are really sensitive too. It's like, what did you say, man? What did you say?
Yeah, but those guys are called freaking Chet. You know, they're named Chet and Buff and Biff. You know, there's no Chets and Biffs in this room, dude. We're all cool.
Damien.
Yeah. Like, what'd you say, dude? Better eat a worm. Better eat a worm.
Yeah. How hard are you to find there in West Frankfurt, anyways?
I'm easy to find.
Oh, I see. Okay. Do you think you could be able to handle yourself if someone came knocking?
Dude, I've handled myself all my life.
Right. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm okay.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you, man. I feel you.
I mean, it's like, you know, once you get past the age of 30, 35, freaking you learn pick a baseball bat up, dude. You're getting too old to freaking be doing that freaking fist fight shit. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
That's my philosophy. If the fight lasts longer than 30 seconds, your tactics suck and it's been too long.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And once the age catches up to you too, you shouldn't be fighting at the age of 50, 52 years old.
No. Yeah. Leave
that to the young.
Yeah. It's yeah. I've got a number of fights during hockey fights and street fights, and it just got me into trouble. And I ended up in jail.
Hockey fights are freaking cool. I would get into a hockey fight even today, man. I mean, don't be ashamed of that.
Even as an old timer.
Definitely an old timer, dude. You're like a. You're a freaking legend. If you're like a 60-year-old man at a hockey game and you just stand up and start whooping the crap out of somebody, dude. Everybody's looking at you like, oh my god, look at that old dude.
Yeah.
I have a student that's on oxygen. He's 65, and we went to a kickboxing tournament. It's kind of like where you would go if you were considering fighting. You would go to this tournament to see if it's what you really want to do. And my 65-year-old student got out there and whipped that ass.
What?
Fought an opponent that was like 20 years younger than him, and he was a boxer. But he was trying to take it easy on my student, Paul, and Paul was not having it. He made him fight. It was really good.
So he's on an oxygen tank, right? Like he took his oxygen tank to the.
He doesn't have a tank. He has a concentrator, but he pushes his cardio, and we've really been working on it. We got him to where he can fight 2-minute rounds with nothing.
It's cool.
It's pretty wild, man. So does he have COPD?
Yeah.
So he's a smoker? He was?
Yeah.
He still is?
Yep.
Oh, jeez. You know, actually, Glenn Hansard, speaking of smokers and mystical experiences and so forth. So I came out, let's see if I can bring this around full circle. Glenn Hansard, recently deceased Irish folk legend, bardic, balladeer, singer, songwriter, Academy Award winner too for the really low budget independent film titled simply Once. what it was called once. So encourage everyone out there listening to check it out. We've downloaded it from where else but Pirate Bay, hoping to bring those folks on as sponsors. How cool would that be? But what happens was I walked out of I'd lost a job here recently, unfortunately. And Koreans can be real petty. Not Tom Petty either, which would be really cool, but just petty minded. And that's kind of, I would say, I've seen this repeat itself, and it's the way it goes. So goes life. But anyways, we were walking out of the building with our arms filled with board games and card games and dice games, books, of course. And right there on the street, on the edge of the sidewalk, was this shattered shamrock key ring. And I looked at it and I was going to pick it up, and the wife's like, "Don't touch it," because the Koreans are really superstitious about energy from objects and bringing things in from off of the street. I wasn't going to bring it home. I just wanted to look at it. So, but she really just very reactionary. It's a total losing her shit, as she so often does. I try to help her to meditate. Just breathe, let it go, relax, and just because she has a problem with her temper sometimes. But so there, this was the shamrock key ring that had shattered and was there on the edge of the curb, fallen to pieces. And I think it said on it something like strength, health, speed, luck, something more or less, themes along those lines. I wish I would have looked closer and really remembered exactly, with not a vague, this is just rough approximation of what we were, dealing with. I went right after we went home, and then almost immediately came across the news that Glenn Hansard had been killed in this tragic motorcycle accident just on the outskirts of Dublin, a city where I'd been actually back some years ago now, 1999. So it's incredible the way to think how time flies. It's like you're standing still. But anyways, it was so tragic, so terrible. He left a great legacy. But one of the interviews that he did with his so I think what I'm saying is there was a connection there. I felt a real synchromistic, because how often do you see like shamrock keyring shattered there at your feet just as you lost this job on your way out to get in a taxi and go home. Like timing, location as well, place as well as time. But his mother was a smoker, bringing it around full circle now, COPD, and she died at kind of like my mother, I guess. She could have lived longer if she hadn't been addicted to the cancer sticks. And but there's no bloody way. My mom quit smoking when long after it was too late. Really, but just the damage had already been done, right? So, but with his mother, I think she died at the age of 71. Number of years, like 2015, maybe 2017. But they buried her with I think at least there was a pack of cigarettes, maybe a carton. I forget exactly what he said, and one or two other relics, things that she cherished. There's nothing more. Maybe some alcohol too, because there's nothing more that she really loved other than her family, I guess. And that's the way that all played out. But that was part of the talk we had today with Dana from I think it was Light Talk Radio. But they recently, I guess, changed the name to paranormally speaking or something along those lines. I guess we'll have to find out. But yeah, have you guys ever had those kind of, like, well, two things? Have you heard of Glenn Hansard? If not, check him out. A very interesting character. They had a big wake, as the Irish do. You mourn to a degree, but then you have a rousing celebration of the person's life. To, I guess, what is it? Wake, to awaken, to rouse the spirits, perhaps, of the dead. Maybe they're not quite yet. It's not quite time for them to be fully, to depart. Who really knows? So, but I think that's an ancient Celtic tradition as well. I guess is where the roots to all that, what it goes back to. So, but has anyone had a similar type synchro mystical experience? And just on that note, we'll cut away to break here too, if I can find the commercial break.
I missed everything you said. I couldn't hear anything. I had to leave.
Oh God, that's hilarious. Don't worry about it. Did anyone hear what Jaffe had to say? Nothing at all.
It wouldn't let me type in the chat or anything to tell you I couldn't hear you.
Oh. Well, try.
Yeah, that's good.
Try typing now. Is that your keyboard or is it Jitsi?
I think it's Jitsi.
Okay. Roger, can you hear me? I think, the lovebirds are still there too. Yeah, there we go. Sure. Hey, yeah, I can see that. That's right. So anyways, but we're going to cut away to commercial break then, if nobody's got any other kind of synchro mystical stories or experiences just right off the top of their head.
I have a lot of those. We could do a whole nother episode on just that. Like,
yeah.
A lot. Like one time, just as an example, I had some friends. We were in a coven together.
Coven?
And
what the hell's that?
Yeah, a group of people that practice spiritual practices together.
Like you're talking, that's like that's witchcraft, isn't it?
Not necessarily. We were more just like meditation and things like that.
Internet wizard.
Okay.
Oh no, I'm not really.
People like together that were together for that purpose, and one of them, she wanted to get away from her mother. Like she was a grown woman, of course, but she was like had left marriage or whatever. And so I agreed to let her and her man live on my property in their own little like camper space or whatever.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And the only agreement was that they were to take care of the like half the power bill. That was it. Just half the power bill.
Right.
They refused to do that, left me stuck with a large power bill because he ran all these computers and stuff all day. And then so they left in a very bad way. I mean, they did some horrendous things.
It's terrible.
And so no, but this is interesting. They go to live in a like camper ground with their camper thing. And okay, so they ended up having to pay at this place twice what they would have paid just paying half the power bill.
Oh my God.
Then when they were then they raised the rent of this place to $1,600 a month for basically a parking spot.
Oh my God.
Then that forced them to end up right back where she was trying to get away from, her mother's house.
Wow.
So that's definitely like a karmic wow. Immediate.
Whammy. Like instant karma, I guess, is John Lennon.
It was, I mean, it was funny because I looked at it, I was like, oh my gosh, that is so direct reflection of literally what, I mean, these people did a lot. They caused a lot of irrevocable damage.
Well, and you talk about they were part of a coven with you, all right?
Well, like we were a group together of people that like would meditate and learn together.
You know, okay, well, I was just gonna say, do you, oh, in brief, do you know what a warlock is?
Yeah.
What's a warlock?
I guess that would be a darker person, like.
What does the term literally mean?
I would say, like, lock into war. I don't know what it means.
I'll tell you
precisely.
Apparently, what it actually means is oath breaker.
Oh wow! Yeah, I could see that.
So they break
somebody, and traditionally I've heard people say it's someone that's untrustworthy, usually in the esoteric or occult world, that's into darker things or is not trustworthy.
Yeah. Well, they've broken their promise. They gave you their word, and their word is they can't be trusted. That's right.
Exactly. This was a group. I mean, I was just like, I was mind blown.
Yeah, that's sad. The way that it's taken me so long to learn these things about people. The way that you can't trust anybody at all. Unfortunately,
I always say you can't trust these hoes in these streets. Yeah.
Come again?
It's just I always say you can't trust these hoes in these streets.
You can't trust these hoes in these streets?
Yeah, and that's especially referencing the medical industry and the government.
Is one more time, in medical industry and government? What was that?
Yeah, I said that's especially in reference to the medical industry and the government.
Well, yeah, it's unfortunate that those are the very same people who run the show too, isn't it? The synagogue of Satan. We saw that. I think we really saw that being played out, to the max in earnest throughout the whole scamdemic. Clearly.
Oh gosh.
And that's the collusion, the fascistic collusion. That's what fascism is at its basic level. If you ask Mussolini, who coined the term, former dictator of Italy, de facto ideologue of the fascist philosophy. It's the corporate world merging with that of the political, and you look no further than South Korea. Samsung, Hyundai, LG,
right?
Daewoo, whatever. You got all these big conglomerates, and now you got like Palantir and all Microsoft and Meta and you name it. So yeah, hashtag fascism. And so it's not a term that people should use lightly, and that when we do throw these terms out there, that I think it's important to have a good idea of what they actually mean.
Exactly.
So not just baseless and empty rhetoric. So, but yeah, and let me just say, as a general disclaimer, that just a reminder to our listeners, we are not here to offer any formal medical, financial, or legal advice. And on top of that, the views and opinions expressed on behalf of myself, the show's host, and our our guests, and our host and the guest do not necessarily reflect those of the wider listening audience, nor the show sponsors. We're hoping to get to the sponsors here momentarily, so if everyone can actually mute themselves out, I'm going to fish around here a little bit and see if we can come up with, we hadn't taken care of this properly in the pre-show, and if things usually were a little more on top of it all, I really don't know where exactly that darn commercial break has gone, so we might have to just pass over that as we did. Is that what happened last time? So this is
you can have a quick speak about your sponsors.
Red Dragon Herbs and Teas and Canasense Cannabis Collective. Yeah, well, I'll tell you that with Red Dragon Herbs and Teas, reddragonherbs.net. Any order of $25 or more, you receive an immediate 10% discount. All you simply have to let Ryan or his wife know is Pirate Radio or Pirate Code. That'll help to unlock that 10% savings. Well, on the CannaSense Cannabis Collective front, 5813 is our referral referral code number that you'll want to use when you're shopping around, perusing, browsing their diverse and all too colorful inventory. So I guess that about does it for a commercial break. It's not the way we typically do things. That you'd hope that I'd maybe it's really weird because hang on a second. Do we have it here? Let's see. Stand by, folks. Ah, yes. Here we go. Mute yourselves out, please. There. In fact, you know what? We just found what all the. This is great. Excellent.
Medical cannabis is now legal by telemedicine. Get the medicine you need by getting reviewed for a medical cannabis card. Contactless appointments available at cannasense.com. For as low as $39, you can get reviewed for a medical cannabis card. That's cannasense.com for a licensed medical cannabis doctor review. Cannasense.com has all the information you need to get connected with a doctor for a $39 medical cannabis appointment. CANNASENSE.com. CannaSense is common sense.
Catering exclusively to the Des Moines, Iowa area and beyond, Red Dragon Herbs and Teas is a small, family-owned business dedicated to the creation of only the finest quality artisan herbal tea blends. Drawing upon many of the world's most richly established customs and traditions, Red Dragon Herb's mission is about more than just getting their products out to the market. They also strive to help educate their customers on the wider benefits, history, and folklore of all their plants. Of course, any seasoned pirate knows when they're fixin' to tango with the Kraken, you best be powered up with at least one of the finest select quality premium items freely offered via Red Dragon Herbs and Teas wide inventory. Choosing from any of their caffeine-free headache relief or rest and relaxation blends, history has proven their products among the best sources of scurvy prevention and vitamin supplementation. Red Dragon Herbs and Teas, bringing you guaranteed homegrown health relief.
Red Dragon Herbs and Teas, bringing you guaranteed homegrown health relief. We are back with the final segment of this week's live streaming World Pirate Radio edition, show segment number 350. Myself, your host as always, the Robin Hood's Chief Communications Officer, Jaffe Ryder. WPRPN.com is the website you'll want to take note of. Unfortunately, for the time being, it's offline because we're transiting between host providers, having some issues on that front. Planning on getting it smoothed over here in the next couple weeks, even to the point of launching a pretty fresh looking site all around, hopefully a lot more easily navigable than what was in place up until now. We'll just have to wait and see. We've got Roger Hansen on board with us this go around. We have got Vidali Lotus, aka simply Tanya, out of Mobile, Alabama, and Fort Worth, Texas, Sonia, and John. So, with, of course, finally myself here via South Korea, Jaffe Ryder. So, Never let them convince you this is normal. Yeah, chemtrails, hey? Something more people need to think about, to talk about. Also, with the weather we've been having, too. Pretty damn hot here, frankly. Forest fires aplenty back in Canada and the US. How much we talked about a little bit about this with our
Let's talk
adults.
about the land grab.
Go ahead.
All of these fires, some of them are just being started by actually just people maybe flicking cigarettes out in the woods, etc. But I don't think all of it is. I think especially like what was happening in Hawaii and what may be happening in Canada as well, to a degree, could be delete class land grabs.
Oh,
They
sure.
go in, they burn up, and then they grab the land really cheap, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
they, you know.
Mm-hmm. No, there's no doubt. I've no doubt about that whatsoever. The use of direct energy weapons, more often than what most people have any idea. Not that that's always the case, of course, but yeah, it's just a
The blue roof.
little too convenient for some people, all too often, isn't it? What were you saying?
I said they started to get a blue roof, like their targeted weapons don't hit a blue roof for whatever reason. That's just something that I've heard regarding that.
And you notice with Spokane, Spokane, the number, there was an overhead view of all these houses that had burnt down, multiple neighborhoods throughout Spokane. For some reason, all the trees were left standing. Go figure. Look into
Well,
it,
they
folks.
say that blue roof deflects like the energy weapon, like um and that's why, you know, in all these wildfire scenarios you see certain areas that are burned out. The trees aren't burned, but certain houses are not, and blue roofs were said to have some effect to where the energy weapon doesn't actually hit that one.
Pretty crazy. Yeah, I don't know the science exactly. Not able to break that one down for people, but yeah, definitely worth looking into. There's no doubt about that. So it's one of the reasons that we like to book feature guests, people that do have more knowledge in these various areas. I think Brad Olson, someone that maybe we could reach out to again. We seem to have a pretty good rapport with him. It'd be nice to have him reconnect. Hopefully, he has the time and the interest. So, uh, there's just so many issues to get to, frankly, and so many brush fires that we ourselves here down in Skullport Harbor uh, find ourselves busy trying to deal with, manage, and ultimately extinguish ourselves. But I'll tell you this much: yeah, you're right with the delete class and the land grabs, but also the fact of just getting. This is for the longest time been the case in Canada. Combination of what you're talking about, and also just getting fire started so you can get capital, equipment, and people to work. They need jobs, right? They need to be kept busy in the summertime doing something. So that people, there's been industry insiders caught red-handed repeatedly. And I'm not sure how much has been done about it as far as holding them to account. But yeah, this business of arson, it's a serious issue, not just negligence, uh, or the or cigarette butts gone astray, or what have you. There's a whole business, of course, of lightning strikes, but also we talked about in class today the underbrush and forest management, and there's not enough being done. This is where
That's an issue because the underbrush has to be, you have to have a controlled burn. Otherwise, uh, lightning strike can ignite out in the middle of the woods and it's all been brushed and not, maintained or managed, it causes issues. It happens out here a lot.
In Alabama.
Yeah, sometimes. But it'll happen and somebody will contain it really quick.
Mm-hmm.
But people in rural areas, they have it happen on their land from time to time.
Who has it happen on their land? What are you talking about? I missed that.
A friend of mine had it happen on her land. She was able to contain the fire, but it did, a lightning strike did spark something.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So that can happen, but there, especially in national forest areas, they do need to have more care and maintenance in those things for sure.
Right. Yeah. As you say, controlled burns and dealing with the underbrush. They don't go in there and because it produces a natural, like a barrier. So it helps, and that less of a chance of things really taking off in the event of a lightning strike. Yeah.
Right.
It's just, so I think that's where local, provincial, state governments need to be pressured a little more, and held to account.
The current administration doesn't seem to really care much for the environment.
Who?
They're more hell-bent on some, ketamine-infused guy that was too weird for Schmepstein, to take them to Mars. They don't care about this place.
I don't know. Who are you talking about?
Elon Musk.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Musk.
These weird guys think they're actually gonna colonize Mars.
Mm-hmm.
They don't care about this planet.
Actually, I think you touched on that with the respect to direct energy weapons, low orbit satellites, and Starlink. I mean, look, a lot of people are not aware.
And just more surveillance.
Well, there's that, but also weather warfare weaponry. Are you aware? Are you aware?
Since the 40s.
Okay, but there was an actual international treaty signed in 1977. I'd like to hear more about the 40s because it's been Hatfield, I guess was his name, surname. First name escapes me at the moment. He was the rainmaker, though, and this is over 100 years ago that he was producing like rain, major rains through chemical infusion of the atmosphere. But there's this but it's so much more sophisticated now on so many levels. It's just that they don't advertise it, and on top of that, that the world of the journalists and the media doesn't do enough to address or investigate these things. And if they do, then of course they're the powers that be. The best comeback that they have is that these people they're conspiracy theorists. But let me just finish by saying that there was a treaty signed in 1977 at the UN. But it was a world weather warfare. Type that in; it'll come up under some kind of environmental modification treaty. They kind of try to cloak it in more user friendly, euphemistic terms.
They say it straight out. You're right. They say that. I mean, they officially banned the use of weather as a weapon and say it in English.
Do you know how that works, though? Do you know the catch? The devil's in the details. Do you know the catch to it all? This is only among nation states. So, like Russia, under that treaty, is not allowed to target the U.S. or the U.S. cannot target China or Canada, or whoever. Right? One nation state to the other. But you know what the catch to it all is that as the government, your own citizens are total free game.
Yeah,
There's
and
no
we are.
there's no protection.
Well, it makes them look like a good guy too when they make a contract that appears like they're not using weather as a weapon. You know what I mean? So they
They're also
disguise
admitting they
themselves.
can use it as a weapon, while at the same time denying any
Right.
claim that they're even doing that.
Like here in the
Like,
United States, the government will never admit to any wrongs that it's done. It's called deniability, and it's they're responsible to deny everything.
Oh, you're talking about
Plausible
deniability. Hey,
Yeah.
check out this. I just Zane Ivey. I recommend Christopher Loring Knowles' book, The Secret Sun Synchromystic Handbook. It's good to know you're alive, by the way, Zane. We messaged him a couple times, didn't hear back from him. So if you want a good intro and guidebook on how to engage, synchromysticism. Yeah, that's right. So Christopher Knowles, he was on Red Ice Creations years ago, and he definitely made the rounds. So yes, the Secret Sun, or rather Secret Sun Synchromystic Handbook. Well, as Ram Dass used to say, and I think it's very, very Buddhistic, is it not? Zen or what have you. Simply be here now. You know, that's all I tell the wife and anyone else out there listening. Just, be here now. So, but thank you, Zane. And the Tibetans, of course, they work with energy. I do a little bit of that from time to time. I know that earlier Tanya mentioned energy work. Have you heard of Tong Len? Tanya? Tong Len
I've heard of
meditation?
it, but I don't think I'm familiar with it
Oh,
very
okay.
much.
It's just, I think it means giving and receiving.
Okay.
Basically, giving, receiving. So like you take
So
all the,
reciprocity,
pardon me?
where you take the negative out and then you pour in positive.
Exactly. There you go. So
That's the way I usually work with Reiki, because if people are all clogged up and their field is just so muddy, if you take, for example, and you pour a fresh pot of coffee into a half stale cup that's been sitting there, you've just made stale coffee. So you have to clear the field before you can realign.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a great point. That's really great analogy too. So, well, thank you for that. And if it's okay, just to in brief go back to the weather warfare weaponry. See, these bastards, they never talk about it. You're right, Roger. Of course not. And that's we pressed Jordan Peterson on it just the other day. He's talking about the man-made climate change, and our response. I think this was on his YouTube, and we're like, yeah, Jordan. Maybe no, it was actually on X, Twitter, formerly known as Twitter. It's like, yeah, Jordan, and nobody talks about this either, and then we kind of just basically made it clear to him that as far as man-made climate change, it's always with these issues, the way they frame things, the way they how they cloak, how they frame, how they set up, and then
That's part of
present.
the program, and they tell you what they're doing without actually telling you, because they think that makes them somehow karmically exempt, because they told you what they were doing, which is absolute bullshit.
Now there is that. There's the predictive programming, revelation of the method, I think is what you're referring to, basically. Revelation of the method. But
it's like NPL. It's
NLP,
on
right?
Stanford.
Okay,
Yeah.
but what they do, what the point, more to the point, is what they do is it's a straw man, and endless fallacies, straw man, red herrings, ad hominem. When all else fails, just start calling people names, calling them stupid, or whatever, because you've lost the argument, right? It's ad hominem attacks. Oh, just shut up.
I didn't get that at all.
Yeah, well, that's because you're retarded. I didn't get that. You're a total retard, man.
And
Give me a break.
But what was you talking about, man?
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, and so the way they present things, the total straw man. Look, and it's look it up if people don't know what that is exactly, but it's like a false
It's a
bill of goods.
patsy.
Yeah, like yeah. It's like a punching bag kind of fake, and just it's not the truth. It's a phony
It's a
set of
head
goods.
and a narrative and a false, diatribe of.
Yeah.
Well,
combined with red
look at
herring.
like Area 51, for example. That's a good
Mm-hmm.
example. Okay, now everybody believes there's aliens there and there's spaceships there. Everybody does. And the United States government, first of all, had a secret base sitting out in the desert that they will not allow anybody into. That by itself should be something that Americans should worry about. But instead, they don't worry about it because now they clumped it up with UFOs and aliens and flying saucers. Now the government knows that, they just deny it, and then they shovel out money to support people who are actually in the ufology area so that they can push the propaganda. So as long as people keep believing that there's UFOs in Area 51, it takes focus off of what's really going on in Area 51.
It's actually not. It's not so much UFOs. It's high tech.
Well, yeah, biotech, all that's going on, right? That's my whole point. No, like biotechnology, chemical warfare, genetic modification, all that's probably going on there, but nobody cares about that. They care about finding out where the aliens and the UFOs.
Well, in 1938, they did the War of the Worlds cast, and half the country was in a panic because of a false, like a theater play.
It was a total psyop.
So they figured, I think that was the big kicker that let them know how programmable people are. And so I think at that point, they started to make plans for a fake alien invasion. They have all these things that they throw, pandemics, this and that, to keep us distracted, keep us divided, our attention into, different areas of chaos. And now with AI, they have the visuals. It's not so much that they're hiding aliens. Kathy O'Brien did an interview in 1992 talking about being in a high-tech facility where they had, technology that if you didn't know what you were looking at could be, you might think it would be alien. And that people actually were, they were showing her this tech that they had, that they were pushing an alien narrative and to keep people distracted. Does it mean that, the aliens aren't out there or whatever? I don't know. It's silly to think we're the only thing in a big universe. But what they're actually pushing, I believe, is for a fake alien invasion based on, the programmability and how they have directed this, because they declassified all this alien stuff supposedly during the pandemic, but it was during quarantine, people were distracted. Now they're releasing it again because hantavirus didn't work. So I believe that they're going to plan something to get people under control, and that might be just the thing to do it.
The fake alien invasion, yeah. Let's not forget the Tavistock Institute as well, too. That's, I think, part of what dovetails into what you were hitting on earlier. But with what did they call it? The Human Behavioral Sciences Institute, or just, I guess it came out of the First World War, more or less, that sort of era, and soldiers that were shell shocked, right? They're suffering PTSD, although they didn't call it that at that time. George Carlin actually does a really decent bit on the whole thing with
but the whole ufology and especially with the Pleiadians being like these Nordic aliens, that is actually all rooted in Nazi ideology, and it was really ramped up by Himmler. That was his bag.
So you don't think there's anything to that?
I do not in the context that they are saying. Personally, I don't think that they can get through the ring of fire that's around the solar system.
Wait a minute. So you're saying there are Pleiadians, but they just can't. They can't penetrate.
I mean, maybe if there are, they wouldn't be able to get here unless they were already in our solar system, because nothing's getting through that ring of fire that's around the solar system.
What is the theory that we're like? What is not quarantine? Something to that along those lines, though.
Well, if you look at samsara and the principles of that, it's not outside of the realm of possibility.
The word isn't quarantine, though. It's something similar. We're under. It's like we're in isolation, or we're kind of like a lockdown,
Yeah.
Another term for lockdown. The planet's in lockdown mode. Let's see what's this. Pleiadian lore 1871 drill. Okay, thank you.
If there were to be extraterrestrial contact, they would have to already be in the solar system by realm of physics and what we know of cosmology. And if it is so, I do, it have to be like through consciousness.
Yeah. Do you know? I've been listening the last couple of nights to it's an audiobook by, I think his name is Robert Hastings, dealing with UFOs and nuclear facilities, and the number of usually pretty classified, top secret incidents that take place where military people have to live with things that they know that is on their conscience, and they finally are able to get off their chest. Maybe 20.
My sister was stationed at 51.
Pardon me?
She worked in Afghan and counterterrorism.
Area 51?
Yeah, she was stationed there for a while, and then she was in Germany for like 9 years, Italy for 3 years. She fought in Desert Storm and Kosovo.
Wow.
Yeah, but she was in admin as well as counterterrorism. In admin, you're working directly for high generals.
Yeah.
Like, you are there, you're the one that's closest to them.
Right.
So you know what's wrong. And I can tell you they fried her brain.
They
what? They fried her brain.
How so?
You're talking about a combat veteran of 2 wars with counterterrorism, all this stuff that she did, all this classified clearance. How about once she got out, it's like when I talked to her, she was like a puddle of mush. She ended up marrying this guy that was from the cartel who ended up ripping off her whole savings.
Oh, man.
And yeah, how, with all that training, bruh, tell me how you did not see the bouquet of red flags.
She broke down.
I mean,
she told that she had a nervous breakdown.
Yeah, I think they did something to her. I swear, because now she, like, if you talk to her, now she's just gone off the deep end. She's like a Christian counselor in school for that or whatever. And
oh boy.
My brother, who's like my half brother, they're all half siblings. My half brother, who's a legit, like, served a prison sentence for some violent crimes against his daughter. When he got out of prison, apparently he's living with her, and they're in New Mexico now.
What? Excuse me. He's living with the daughter that he committed the crimes against. Is that right?
No, with our sister. They have the same mother and father. I know my father.
Hey, Sonia, can Sonia jump in? Sorry to cut you off here, Tanya.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sonia's, I think they're wanting some quality time between the two of them, a little more intimate basis, perhaps. Definitely won't be too much on-camera action from here on in via Fort Worth, Texas. And their the Lovebird campground that they have set up for themselves. So that's really great. But are you there, Sonia, or have you already left? She typed in a message.
Come back, Sonia.
Why don't you message her? Why don't you message her? So this your story's getting more. See, this is something that we've. Wow, we so hold it. Your half brother is with your half sister now, who had been married to some cartel insider who ripped her off. Big time.
And
Fleeced her
then
for everything she had.
yeah, I mean, like her brain, they melted her brain. Why would you make decisions?
How could she be so easily manipulated?
That's what I'm saying. You have to come.
Wow. It's like she's drawn to a powerful bad guy, like from the powerful generals, and those, some of them might be kind of baddies themselves, the scene, like what's taking place there behind the scenes. The way the military sausage is being made. What's that?
She did tell me that, she wouldn't go into detail, but she did confirm. She's like, they are capable of more than you think they are.
They're capable?
Yeah, and she said, don't look where they're pointing you to look. Look at them.
That's a red herring. That's right. Yeah, it's a distraction, misdirection technique.
Yeah, that's what she told me.
So she was anti-terrorism?
Yeah.
That's just crazy, man. What
They
the hell?
goobed her brain, telling you, like, they had to. She knew too much.
Oh my God. So are you saying that she came out completely, so rather than disposing of her, they had her operating system, everything was like reformatted.
It had to be. It had to be.
She came out a lot different person than when she went in, is that right?
Right? She came out like with this very meek, demure,
oh my God,
almost like small personage. And I'm like, bitch, you were a soldier. Who are you? Like, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. So
Yeah.
I mean, and the question, I guess, one of the questions that arises is that comes to mind is how often do you see stories like this unfolding, taking place, or that stories that we don't even hear about. People like look at suicide, the suicide rate of veterans.
That's why I was there last weekend, because of the horrific nature of what had happened with the commander's son. And
I see. Reiki, right. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. And there were counselors there as well.
Uh-huh.
So they were all military. I was the only civilian.
Let's hear this again. Then what did happen to the son? There's a high level military insider, and
the son just flipped out and stabbed his mother to death, and then tried to stab his father to death. His father was the base commander, and apparently he knew how to defend himself enough to live through it.
Jesus Christ! Excuse my French.
Yeah. That's why they did crisis intervention for him and his men and women.
You got to be You got to be on guard with that sort of thing, because you never know when people are going to crack. They're just going to lose their shit.
What is causing people to flip like that? That's the thing. You hear of that, like, our crime rate in our city's gone up, and it's all Gen Alpha.
It's
why kids with guns.
Kids with what?
Kids with guns, kids with knives. It's everywhere. Our crime in our city has literally doubled. We're the second most dangerous city in the United States right now.
Yeah. Oh, geez. I hope that you definitely know how to take care of yourself. But just everywhere you go, you have to be on guard. Clearly, all of us, every day. It's a dangerous world.
I mean, Commander, I mean, could you imagine, watching your son stab your wife and then he's trying to kill you, but you live through it, man?
You defend yourself. Well, look what happened to Rob Reiner and his wife, right, with their kid who'd struggled with mental. I mean, we all have mental disease. That's you realize that the Buddhistic way of seeing things is we are all, until we become fully enlightened, we all struggle with and suffer from one form or another, to one degree or another, mental dis-ease. A lot of people don't realize the word dis-ease.
We are all deceived. There are no innocents and there are no victims.
What do you mean by that?
We've all been on this merry-go-round so long, and everyone comes here with their loaded bag, whether it's full of goodies or whether it's full of tricks, or whether it's a mixed bag. And so that's why you have 5-year-olds and this happened to a girl I went to high school with. Her 5-year-old tried to stab the infant with a broken piece of glass they managed to grab and hide for later.
Right.
People here with their own loaded bag, whether we want to believe it or not.
Well, it's called karma.
Yeah. So because of karma and the fact that this has infinitely been going on for however long, my God, by now, like, everyone's owned someone, everyone's colonized someone, everyone's hurt, everyone has loved, everyone has helped, everyone is hurt. So, we come here with mixed bags.
Right.
No one comes here with a clean slate.
Right. Yeah.
So there's no victims. We've all victimized each other. We've all aggressed each other. Yet we cry victim.
Right.
The law of attraction died. Ugh. Oh, you're such a powerful creator. But then, second something goes bad, oh, we're misaligned. No, where's your powerful creatorship then? Like, no, we're all powerful creators. Yes, the good and the bad. We do it to ourselves.
Well, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. This is the context of free will. We have the choice, right?
Yeah.
It's like my dad. You got to read the grapes, not the grapes of wrath. East of Eden. Tim Shell. I guess which is an old Hebraic Hebrew word apparently. Anyone out there wanting to accuse me of being anti-Semitic? There's my get out of jail free card right there. I just use an old Hebraic term that carries with it a whole lot of wisdom. So you can't hold that against me. Anti-Semitic nonsense. But yeah, Tim Shell, meaning thou mayest. Thou mayest is what it means. East of Eden, the great John Steinbeck novel, really quite something, So, and that's bang on what you just talked about there, with all these characters coming with their baggage, So, yeah. Roger, you were going to add something there. I heard you open your mic up. Go ahead, have at it.
No, I wasn't going to say anything about that. When it comes to what you was talking about before, I thought that was pretty interesting with what was it you were talking about? Tonglen, or
Tonglen, yeah, giving, receiving.
Yeah, Tonglen. No, whenever I was talking about a lot of the stuff I'm into, like most people don't like hearing the stuff I do research on, because they like to take it, what I'm learning, and they like to incorporate it into their narratives. Like if people are into ufology, they'll turn around and they'll incorporate what I'm researching into ufology so that it fits their narrative, and so forth. And they do it with paranormal and stuff. And I think, like with Tonglen, that's a good example.
What do you mean?
Okay. You take Tonglen, all right, and you look at that, and then you compare that to the same practices, or that practice to the same thing as like Jesus being on the cross. Okay, no. If you take a look at what their meditations are all about, when you meditate, you're supposed to be breathing in the freaking evil, and then you're supposed to be exhaling goodness, peace, stuff like that. That's the same concept that Jesus had on the cross, because when he was crucified, he was supposed to be taking on the sins of everybody on earth. Okay. And that goes back to my whole idea on the Axis Monday, you know what I mean? Where everything returns to the Axis Monday and it's turned into something new.
The world, Yggdrasil, the tree and the roots of the world reaching down.
That's one of them. That's one of them. Everybody always talks about Yggdrasil in the Norwegian Viking stuff, but you've also got the Bodhi tree. You got the Bodhi tree.
Sure.
Yeah. You know, you got tons and tons of examples of what the Axis Monday is. And it's, you know, and if you look at like the world soul, what everybody talks or calls the world soul, it started with Plotinus. And he said that there's no location for it. There's no way of identifying it. You know what I mean? It's just there.
Plotinus, was he a Neoplatonic thinker? Was he not?
Plotinus.
Was he Neoplatonic?
Plotinus was. Yeah, he's the one who started the Neoplatonist movement. Porphyry wrote for him, but he was the one who actually came up with the philosophy.
Pyrrhic?
Porphyry. He's the one who wrote. He's the one who wrote the text for the Neoplatonists, but Plotinus is the one who started the whole thing in the 400s, I believe it was.
And its central features, characteristics, themes that largely had to do with the world soul. I mean, how it was a reformation of
the one.
Mm-hmm.
The original concept of the one.
Nobody had ever thought of this before.
You know,
really?
No, this is actually, it goes back to even older ones. Like you look at the cosmic egg theory, you look at Nos or Nos, however you say it. I know you talk about that a lot.
Gnosis?
That's also related to Gnosis, yeah. Then you look at all of that, okay, and it all fits into it, and it generates from this idea that freaking you have this Axis Monday, and you can call it whatever you want. You can call it God, you can call it a deity, whatever, or you can just call it, you know, the one or whatever, you know. But it's the Axis Monday. It's where everything returns to.
A singularity.
Right, and it's even what you think, what you feel, the thoughts in your head, the amount of freaking water, the data that's in the amount of water flowing down the mountain, all of that returns.
Does it have anything to do with enlightenment?
Yeah, it's definitely has. The Hindus called it the Akashic record.
Okay, well, but how is it? What has it exactly got to do with enlightenment, though?
When you're able to whenever you're able to tap into the Akashic energies, you have knowledge of all things.
Is that something that, like, okay, Blavatsky integrated that. She worked with the Akashic records, supposedly, but that was an earlier period in tradition. That concept.
It originated
in India.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Mine.
Oh, I thought she just made that up. She came up with that as a concept. That was her own. So that was that.
No, she took all that from India.
Oh, well, good for her. I mean, I think what she was doing, like theosophy, what is it? Literally it just means what? The study of God or something? Study of religion?
Theosophy, they ended up getting into some dark stuff. And actually, Jiddu Krishnamurti was adopted as a youth by the Theosophy Society, and they groomed him to be the world teacher, and he stepped away from it all. He was like, nope, this is not true.
Right.
And he walked away.
I mean, one of the few. Good for him. I mean, he did the right thing.
But it all comes from Buddha, where Buddha says all is mind. So if all of this is mind, you can't locate the mind because you're within it. It's animating all things,
right?
And then without,
like
it's what leaves the body when life leaves.
Like so
it's, and so you can't locate that because it is everywhere.
Non-local.
And if everything is mind, then you have different layers, right? So we are you can imagine a theater, the screen that it's all been played out on, right? You walk in and you're in the movie, right? You're the character, but you're also the observer, but you're also the screen that's being played out on.
Right.
Yeah. So we access different levels of this mind stream.
How about that, eh?
It's all connected.
Yeah, it's a cosmic matrix.
Sure.
Our ego forms the matrix by separation.
Come again regarding the ego?
We form different facets by our ego and our action.
Yeah. And what do psychedelics do then exactly? Psychedelics.
And the oneness people talk of is really what Buddha explained it very well when he talked about dependent origination and the 12-link chain of causation.
Codependent arising.
Yeah, codependent arising. Everything relies on conditions to exist and to interact and interplay. And and that's how this concept of oneness arises, because of the interconnectedness that we are weaving and unweaving simultaneously.
Concept of oneness. How about the concept of zero?
Exactly. Zero is what happens when you leave the cycle. It's the emptiness. It's the vacuum before thought, impression. It's where what is.
Who was it? The Arabs or Indians came up with that concept? I guess it took a while before it launched within the mathematical.
That's actually kind of tough, because like even with the thing with a lot of people who are Buddhist and a lot of Hindus too is they have a hard time with this whole thing about samsara. Like everybody has their different interpretations of. There's Buddhists that don't believe samsara is actually a place. They believe that it's a state of mind. Where there's other people who believe that it's actually different levels of reality that you go to.
Kind of like the way Christians look at hell. They regard this hell, which is totally
we created that.
Very kind of gross, kind of material way of looking at it, as if it is a real place. Yeah, the way I've been instructed.
Forming it.
What's that? Come again?
We're forming it as we, as speak. The actions, time. We are. It's like the double slit experiment.
Schrodinger's cat.
No, the double slit experiment. Go look that up. It actually shows light changing as it's observed.
Yeah, aren't you familiar with Schrodinger's cat?
Right. Yeah.
Isn't that a similar kind of deal?
Not really, because the light actually.
We lost her. What happened?
No, she's there. Something happened with the audio.
Can you hear me?
We got her stumped. We got you stumped, Tanya. That's just too tough for Zen Cohen.
No, it's not too tough. No, the double slit experiment showed that the light was light will want to spread out, but upon being observed, the light actually changed into a wave pattern.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Waves as compared to particles.
Right.
Well,
this was an experiment.
Okay. Was that the double slit? Okay.
Yeah, it's possible to it.
You know what
and it actually shows that other observant changes light reality.
Oh, well, how about that? Isn't that's so cool, man? And you know what you get apparently when you combined a wave with a particle? You know what it's called? Because they combine, apparently. It's called a wavicle. Whatever,
Well, you can see it in Schrödinger's equation. It shows energy moving in a wave pattern.
So a lot of this really, I'm sorry, just to clearly hit your point. Energy doing what?
Schrödinger's equation.
No, you're still breaking up. Schrödinger's what?
Equation.
Schrödinger's equation?
Mm-hmm.
Which is
it's the math behind energy moving in a wave pattern.
Is this based on the cat analogy?
No, based on the math.
So this is Schrödinger was responsible for something else that's prominent and well remembered then within the scientific world, I guess.
I see, like the whole thing about it is like what she's saying there. Okay, people take and turn this into a narrative to perpetuate their agenda. Okay, and it's all backed up in science. Okay, and a lot of people who are into consciousness understand this, who are serious about it. Now you can go and you can get into other different things when it comes to consciousness, or you can actually do the research and find out that there's concrete science backing a lot of this stuff up.
Well, okay, it's just pretty highly conceptual, the whole thing, all the way on down the line.
Karma is literally just cause and effect.
Action. It's just one word. Action.
Reaction. It's action and consequence.
How about, and within the context of all this, what about psychedelics?
You know, I actually have credentials as a psychedelic facilitator.
Ayahuasca?
And
mushrooms?
All of it.
Mushrooms? Microdosing?
Yeah, all of that. We were trained in all of that.
PTSD, alcoholism.
I do not recommend it for most people, honestly. I think that it is, I think it's highly misused. I think it's only very valid in severe cases where there's like high level conditioning, where a person maybe is so desensitized they don't even smell the cup of coffee in front of them, that sort of thing, where they're walking in disassociation. But the way people are like, oh yeah, like my mental health is fine. I do ayahuasca every 3 months. No, you're escaping the problem, because a lot of times they're not addressing the problem on the psychedelic. And sometimes, you know, the mind cannot be broken through, and then they are stuck in meditation. You have the second jhana, which the mind is very susceptible to delusion. And the same could be said for psychedelics and their misuse and, you know, mishandling by the guide or the user, or both.
Yeah.
I think that people just really need to suck it up and get over it and work through it. That's the only way to get true healing.
Sure. Yeah. Well, there are reports, however, like people with PTSD or alcoholism, and that they've come away, even just, I don't know if they've been microdosing or if it's what the dosage has been, but with their experience, and this is, you know, set and setting, as is so often talked about, they're in a comfortable setting with people that they trust, and they're in a good frame of mind, relatively good frame of mind.
It is good for breakthrough. It is good to crack the egg, but beyond that, you got to dig in and do the work.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. No,
and I think that it's not a wellness method. It's not it's not something that you need to go do regularly.
Yeah. Even
you need to crack the egg and then clean out the yolk.
I think in that area, a drug addict has actually got more expertise on the subject than what like an average person who doesn't have a drug addiction does, because they know what being high is. I've like Mr. Robot, I love him to death, but dude, this guy traveled all the way from Australia to freaking South America. He also went from Australia to freaking India to chase down freaking ayahuasca and do research. Okay, now that is telltale signs of a drug addict.
Is he a trust fund baby?
He is something else. But I mean, this guy, and he justifies it because he says he's doing it in scientific research.
You're not going to solve drug addiction with drugs, man.
He's chasing down the consciousness. You see what I mean?
He's growing. He's growing up. He's living his life. And I went through that whole phase myself, you know. And if it doesn't kill you, if it doesn't kill you,
on 40.
If it doesn't kill you,
I know.
You know, if it doesn't fucking kill you.
I just say, I mean, I think a recovered drug addict would have more expertise in this subject because they know what actually being high is. You know what I'm saying?
We're not talking, but we're not talking about being high or drugs for their own sake. We're talking about therapeutics. We're talking. This is therapy, dude. Total therapy.
Microdosing therapy might actually be really good because psilocybin particularly increases neuroplasticity in the brain.
Oh my God.
And we become fragmented.
Mushrooms. I need mushrooms.
And there were a lot of MRI imaging studies done with this where people were dosed with different amounts of psilocybin, either from microdosing or heroic doses. And what it showed was it increased the neuroplasticity and connectivity between neuron areas in the.
I totally felt that in my experience, and I think in some ways, I don't know if I need more necessarily, but the amount of drugs that I did back in the day, which is mostly just weed and a little too much acid, the mushrooms, I think.
Oh my God, I went to college. I get it, bro.
What's that?
Said I went to college. I did my share. Oh God.
Right, but I think just there was damage done, and there was damage done. There's no doubt that you pay a price. It's like you say, karma, cause and effect, and
well, and that's why this study showed that like the dose of psilocybin increased, and you want your neuroplasticity to increase.
Yeah.
You want good. Yeah. So the effects lasted for 6 months. So, you know, you get it cracked, you crack the egg, and in that 6 months, you utilize that space to rewire, restructure patterns, and, you know, try to help improve mindset, etc. And instead of just, oh, okay, I feel like crap, I need to go, you know, escape again. No, it's, you know, it needs to be used minimally and very responsibly.
Yeah, that's what George Carlin talked about when it came to weed. That he very judicious was the term that he used. That he didn't smoke a lot of weed in his mid to later years. That it was just occasionally where he found himself where creatively he was just not quite having that breakthrough that he was looking for. He would take a hit or two off of like half a joint that he'd stashed around the house somewhere, and that would do the trick, just to get, I guess, the neurons fired up or something going on. So who really knows? But I'll tell you what, neuroplasticity, if I could do that like through ginkgo, maybe, I think that's one of the things perhaps ginkgo helps with. I'm guessing, if it is something that where memory restoration.
Golden seal is that's
okay.
Golden seal.
Lion's mane mushroom.
Lion's mane.
Great.
So
it's the non-psychedelic. They're called the oyster of the sea or oyster of the forest.
Son of a bitch. if we can't get those here in Korea, like I got to make a note of this.
They
Don't let me
grow in
forget
Asia.
lion's mane
They
and
grow
golden
in
seal.
Asia. You can grow them yourself.
You know what? We
They're
could. The
easy.
wife, sure. The wife, she's pretty good with this kind of stuff. For the longest time, I was bugging her. It's like Mullen. She's like, what's that? And then she looked and she's like, well, we don't. It doesn't look like we have it here. And then we couldn't find it. Mullen, for like as an expectorant to clear my
Yeah, it's
lungs
cleaning your
out.
lungs.
What's that?
Cleaning your
You
lungs.
smoke it too, don't you?
Yeah.
And then you cough out all the shit that you got in your lungs. Is that right? Hopefully. So that's what I'm looking for. We can't get our hands on that either. And maybe we could look around and see if we could bring on a Mullen Golden Seal Lion's Mane sponsor. In the meantime, what the name of your martial arts academy there in Mobile? I guess people pronounce it either Mobile. I guess Mobile, not mobile,
It's
but
Mobile.
Mobile. I live in Mobile, Alabama.
Yes.
Well, and you don't have much of an accent. How long you been here? How long you been living down in the South?
But I went to a private school. We learned, read phonetically.
Well, that's the
I had a
problem.
lot of vocal.
You,
I had a lot of vocal training too. So
Yankee education does it to them every time. I have to fix that. At some point here. Yankee education. Sorry. Is
yeah,
that
and
not
then
too funny?
yeah, we had a lot. I had a lot of vocal training, so that's probably why.
Well, why? And because, have you done theater?
I was an opera major in college. I was
Ooh,
yeah.
wow. So you've done so much, man. And
Yeah,
pardon
like
me?
80 lifetimes. I'm 46 and tired. No, joking.
You're 46 and you've done all these things?
Yeah.
Crazy. Oh my God. Wow.
Well,
Oh,
other people were just bullshitting and watching TV. Man, I'm out learning. I'm doing stuff.
mm. You try to learn every day. Learn something new, I guess, every day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't be an effective teacher if I'm not learning anything.
Mm-hmm. Why don't you talk a little bit about your martial arts academy? We're gonna link you up here. We've got and Roger's link to his mind's profile, my mind's profile, I guess, in lieu of the man cave off of WPRPN, which is not in place right now. So we'll get that out there. But yeah, what's the name of the martial arts academy? Just one more time, and
Integrity, Wellness, and Defense is the I guess the landing company of basically two branches. It's Integrity Defense Academy and Bella Sundry's Wellness Studios. So together, those combine to be Integrity, Wellness, and Defense.
so if.
So
Mm-hmm.
it's Krav Maga, well, particularly IKI Krav Maga self-defense combined with 27 years of Sanshao Chinese military kickboxing. So it's was created of a combination of different Chinese martial arts. It's basically the applied version. It's instead of dancing in a form, you're applying it in a fight.
That's amazing.
But combined with there's a lot of judo throws, wrestling throws combined in that art itself. And then and that's like your follow-up. So those arts blend seamlessly. And then I have several years of Japanese jiu-jitsu and a couple of years of Brazilian jiu-jitsu that I lend to the Krav Maga ground game because there is a lot of ground game involved. At self-defense, things usually end up on the ground, unfortunately, and you don't want to stay there.
Right.
And so we deal with real world scenario based training. So gun threats, knife attacks, knife threats, machete sticks, all sorts of just things that you would encounter in the real world.
Yeah, and as you were saying earlier, there's a lot of that, whether you like it or not, you could potentially find yourself coming up against
Yeah.
in the real life world experience of Mobile and beyond, of
It's more
course.
military combatives, more so than like a traditional like martial arts gym or an MMA gym, because we're not training for a tournament. We train like throat striking. Uh, it's seriously.
Which is a pretty illegal move in a tournament, I guess. Is that right?
Oh yeah, yeah. So yeah, when we went to that tournament, it was probably a little difficult for my couple of guys that competed, because when we train and we spar in the dojo, like, yeah, we're geared up and we do pull back, but
Uh-huh.
it's like, instead of striking someone with an elbow, you're gonna go right there, and we all know what happened. Or there's knife sparring. So I take
Yeah.
chalk and put those on the training knives and do it.
A lot of people don't realize as well, they don't really stop to think that you can kill somebody with one punch, whether you
Yes.
want to or not. So it's
Yeah.
something like, do you instruct your students on that? Like, this is very serious stuff. You don't take it lightly and be very careful.
And I tell them to be mindful, because each state, we have 50 states here, 51, whatever, and they all have different defense laws. I have a really good friend that he was in an unfortunate state, Washington. Three guys, or two guys, three guys,
Jumped him.
drugged him, and they drugged him and tried to rape him.
Jesus.
And yeah, he sliced him up with a samurai sword.
Oh my God.
He went to prison. He spent 5 years in prison. Here
How
in
far along the road did they get to raping him?
They threw him down, like, I think they were trying to rip his clothes off.
And how did he get his hands on a samurai sword?
He was trained with one.
What, they're at his house or something? He carried one in his pocket?
I have 15 swords in my house.
You don't carry these things around with you walking, downtown Mobile, though, do you?
I have.
Are you allowed to by law? Is that all right?
Yeah, there's open carry here. You can open carry a firearm here. See, in Alabama, if that had happened, he probably would have presented before the grand jury, and they would have been like, "Nope, that's self-defense. Nope,
So,
it doesn't." Because this is the stand ground state. You have a right to defend yourself.
So Alabama,
California,
yeah, more kind of flaky.
Yeah, Washington State's
liberal,
even in
Canada
California.
Bullshit. So, but
So you need to be aware of the laws of where you are. And I tell my students that, like, if you're going to travel somewhere, look at what you can do before you go.
Yeah, you're breaking up a lot there, unfortunately, but you're talking about just being cognizant, aware of the laws as they apply and they operate within the jurisdiction you happen to find yourself a part of.
Right.
Yeah, that's right.
But when it comes to defending your life, it's definitely jurisdiction. You got to do what you have to do.
Absolutely. Yeah. Your home and family, travel companions, whatever the case may be. So people can get into some pretty, ultimately, if it goes bad enough, horrific states where you got no choice, but
and it is these kind of academy where people come because they have a reason to be there.
Who's got a reason to be where?
Like this type of students, usually the people that gravitate towards us are people that have a reason to be there.
Yeah,
either experience something or.
Your phone is breaking up there, Tanya. Can you get closer to your phone as we wind things down here?
Is that better?
Well, I'll just try to get closer. You don't have us coming through the monitor speakers there, do you? With a feedback loop through YouTube or anything like that?
No.
I wonder if that's Roger, or is if he's muted out, it should be okay. So, okay, yeah. Well, this has been quite a show. I've actually really enjoyed myself, and I'm glad that things worked out with Sonia and her new boyfriend, of course, and that's great.
So
Happy,
sweet.
so look like a really happy couple. That's excellent. That's just perfect. And he's got great skills too. He's not just it looks like he's got some good positivity coming through. I mean, I could be
He
totally.
seems like he really cares for her.
I've got some really good energy vibes coming from the guy, so we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get the vibe that he really values her as a person.
You know, they just met too. They've only known each other for not even a couple weeks, if you can believe that. Hope she doesn't mind me saying, but yeah, it's like just how sparks sometimes fly. I've never jumped into a relationship that quickly, but I can
I'm so
understand.
glad I'm celibate.
What's that?
God,
What's that?
said I'm so glad I'm celibate.
Yeah.
These people are
Yeah.
insane.
You when's the last relationship you had was what? A few years ago?
Like 2021, and
Oh,
it never got physical.
oh, you're just friends.
It was long distance.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, and he was a real jerk. He was actually like a Grammy Award winning producer, and I did some
What?
for him. He was an older guy, much older than me, and
You're not
very.
gonna name him on the air, are you? But you're gonna tell me behind the scenes at some point, aren't you?
I'll do whatever. I don't
Well, who
care.
are we
The guy was
talking about? Who's this Grammy Award winning producer? Is it
Toby Wright.
Clive Davis? Clive Davis.
No, it was Toby Wright. Toby Wright.
Toby Keith?
Toby Wright.
Is he a country guy?
No, he produced like Alice in Chains, Kiss, Ozzy, Korn, and he won a lot of Grammys for that production. But it was no, because the producer is going to want to micromanage you, and towards. I mean, we didn't go into like it didn't last more than a couple of months when he was like, oh well, I don't want you eating this, or I'm like, you need to go produce yourself and leave me out of it.
Right. How did you find this guy in the first place, anyways?
Another friend of mine, he was a student at one point and still a friend. Um, he is his music partner, and he played keyboard for a band called Ministry. His name is Brian. He's like just a wonderful friend. Really, he was a good student, great guy, great musician.
Uh-huh.
And so they're involved in projects together. But Brian had asked me to do some research, and it's like on this, I was like, he's not really my type aesthetically, but I really like his personality. I like the prospect of things that we might could have done together. He was interesting, but it was all like just he was just snaky, very dishonest. He's a Gemini. But it was definitely a learning experience. I'm glad that things didn't actually get physical.
Right.
But no, and then I don't know, and so those things never really were for me. I'm very much a person like I value my time alone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me
And
too.
I just through meditation, it's like physical intimacy is such a waste of good energy that I could be, expanding my consciousness. I could be, practicing meditation. I could be helping someone. I couldn't show up in the way that I do for those that I do, if I had some man sweating over me and being like, and just in the way I work, I'm with a patient for anywhere between 30 minutes to 2 hours at a time. So if you text me, I'm not texting you back quickly, and that tended to always be an issue.
Wow.
And it's gonna always, like I have no room for it. I just have no
Yeah.
room.
You think that like someone mature enough, they'd realize like, look, sweetie, it's I'm busy. I've got my clients. Just hang on. Let me, my phone. I've turned my phone off for a couple hours. Just relax.
I never tended to a particular type. Like I was just always interested in getting to know people. So if I was trying to get to know a gentleman, it wasn't ever just one type of man. I'm like, oh, what dating is type of, whatever. And just never getting past.
Oh, you're
We
really
got a couple of dates.
You're really breaking up pretty bad there.
Oh wow, that's weird.
So we're gonna have to work on your audio maybe next time round. It's just for the
I'm gonna
most.
invest in a mic and a headset,
Oh,
maybe.
that's all you need. Yeah, a headset, man. It's like $15. 15, maybe 15, maybe $20. And you're off to the races. Zane Ivy here, chiming in via YouTube. If it's a CIA, now it's also Mossad. Oh yeah, we forgot to talk about that.
They came from the Five Eyes of the OSS.
And as you say, the martial arts, that's like Israeli special forces, the type of the what is it?
Yeah, when I mentioned earlier that I trained in Israel, that's what, and then I also did a little bit of counterterrorism training at Caliber 3 while I was there.
I'm sorry, the name of the martial arts again is, I should have remembered. Kavla, Malklov, something like that.
So Krav, Krav, Krav Maga. It means contact combat.
Krav Magak?
No, Krav Maga.
Oh, Krav Maga.
MAGA.
Oh, so that's where Trump got it from, huh? Pretty sneaky.
Maybe. No, I don't think so.
I'm just razzing you. Of course. Well, and Maha with Kennedy, who it's like, what has he done lately on that front? Like, not a hell of a lot. Seemed like they were going to make some real changes, and then just it got shut down pretty fast.
No, I did hear something about them trying to make a nationwide ban on abortion, which is going to be horrible.
Kennedy?
Absolutely.
Kennedy spearheading this? Are you really?
Oh God, who was it? It wasn't McConnell. It was
some rabid fundamentalist churchianity.
Yeah, some maggot guy.
Well, yeah, and they're all beholden to Israel too, which is kind of the point, I guess, that
I'm not okay with the whole trying to murder the military with them.
The whole what? I'm sorry?
I'm not okay with us merging our military with them.
That's what they're doing. That's what NDAA. That's what apparently has been happening for quite quietly over the past few weeks. Yay! Yay! It's America with a giant K. Everyone, President Bibi Netanyahu is back in town. Let's have a big hand for Bibi. He's back in town, president, the real president.
I trained there and I teach martial art from there, but I do not agree with what's going on there. I do not support it. I really, I don't support either. I think both of their belief systems are absolutely abhorrent and violent, but Israel is definitely the aggressor. They started it.
Yeah,
and the Zionists worked with the Nazis to eliminate the ethnic Jews.
Right.
And that's why DNA tests are nearly illegal in Israel.
That's why what? Oh, DNA checks.
DNA tests? Yeah, like they very highly discourage you from doing one of those there.
Right. That's probably even just talking about this, like probably look forward now to having our content taken offline, saying the wrong things and triggering the wrong.
Well, we could speak in food, like The shoes.
The shoes.
Well, not really. It's not the shoes.
It's not
because
the shoes.
not all of the shoes fit in that
Zionist camp. Yeah, they're not all supporters of Shion.
No, they're not. They're
I realize, and many of them are not Shemitic either. Which is in fact most Shemites are not Jewish, and most Jews are not Shemitic. Most Zionists are not Jewish, and many Jews are not political Zionists. So we live in a world of contradictions.
They're rushing around in that Eastern European trek.
We live in a world of contradictions. It's obvious. But
yeah, we do.
Good luck, finding them. So what it is that we have left to contend with, but the whole point is, why even bother? Like, deal with the universe that we have within ourselves is what I say. The inner space, that's the secret, and that's what Christ talked about. It's only mentioned, I think, one time in the book of Matthew, this meditation business. You
change yourself, you change the world.
That's, there you go. And that's really all we can do. So God grant me this. Sonia doesn't like this when I say this is God business. I don't care. God grant me the serenity. You could say like great electron of the universe, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. So
exactly, that's a good prayer.
Yeah. Is that, maybe Roger knows? I think I heard him typing away, furiously in the background there.
It was the Alcoholics Anonymous thing.
Yeah, that's what it is. It was actually created by a bishop in I think 16 or 1700s.
Really?
It's actually a pretty good saying.
A good little piece of nugget of wisdom, yeah. A can of Coke.
But the whole.
Go ahead. Last point. We put this one to bed. Go ahead.
Alcoholics Anonymous thing.
Don't get
it's
me
a
started.
Great. But my thing is that they tell people that they're always going to be an addict, and that they're always. And I've seen it to not be true. I've seen people fully come out of that.
Yeah.
And I think that that's a very a sabotage sort of thing. It's not. I don't think you should start someone off going, yeah, you're gonna always be messed up. You can do a little better, and that's it.
They can have a beer or two, like after a year or two of therapy, they can then return to life where they can have a beer or two and without completely flying off the rails again.
Yes, I have seen that happen.
That's true. I have too. Yeah, that's true. I don't know how many.
I've got to say, when it comes to delusional people, you can't tell them freaking the truth. Okay. And most people who believe that way have never really been an alcoholic themselves.
Right.
I grew up with alcoholics, man. I grew up with them.
In order for you to come out of addiction and alcoholism, you have to freaking believe the lie, and the lie is what everybody else freaking does to live their lives normal. What they consider normal.
Plato's ignoble lie, or noble if you.
An alcoholic and a drug addict will run around lying to themselves and getting themselves in trouble because they will go to that booze and that drugs before anything else.
Well,
They're living in a delusional world.
We all live in a world of delusion, whether we're alcohol or drug addicts or anything really. That's the whole point. We're drowning in a world of delusion. In order for you to change, you have to accept the lie. The things that you hate, that you freaking do not agree with, but they work. You have to give in to them and actually do what's right. Most people who are addicted to drugs and alcohol don't want to do the next right thing. They want to do what they want to do when they want to do it. We've also got to be on guard, though. We've also got to be on guard and wary of cult recruitment. at any
Oh
level.
God.
You know, because there's a lot with the self-help industry.
Holy.
Like the
I've been
Reiki
on a
thing that she was
rabbit
talking
hole
about.
about that lately.
What's that?
And even the I've been on a rabbit hole about that lately. Even the peptide stuff that's going on.
Oh, peptide. I see. Well, that's the thing is like we're culture. Just look at the word culture, okay? And so we're all part. Like we're part of a cult right now. We're part of a live underground, independent, live streaming, digital cult. You know that operates
Everything
within
can be
this
a whole,
realm.
but then
and
you have
world.
to apply. You have to look at the bite model. Like you know, it's not a cult because there's no coercive control. There's no isolation.
No. It is a
There's
cult.
no
No. It's
behavioral.
okay, but it's not. It's not a coercive cult, as you say. Correct. But it's a cult, but it's not like a I don't know, like a dangerous.
It's a community.
Yeah, but and
It's
communities are cults. They're because they produce
Look at
culture.
sociology. Look at sociology. You want to talk about the biggest cult
Academic
of all? Look
culture.
at sociology.
Well,
Sociology,
it's largely Marxist.
Values and norms.
Yeah.
Morals. You gotta have values and norms and morals and all of this stuff. This is all created by us, and it's all through sociology. Dude.
Well, it's
how you're going to socially engineer everybody.
It's largely Marxist dominated as well too, via the likes of the Frankfurt School and others. But the Marx you find everywhere. I took pretty high level university sociology. Don't back in the day. Not sure how much I've retained of it, but you know, some of what you just unpacked there resonated and rang true.
Right.
So
it's like you don't want the Frankfurt School started because Marxists figured out that people who were supposed to be Marxists and socialists were going out and buying houses for their families, and they were watching TV. So they figured out that the Marxist movement wasn't working. So they said, okay, what was the problem? And they started breaking all that down, and that's why we have all of this shit now.
Yeah, they came to America basically to destroy it, is what it seems, out of Colombia. This I don't know if you say like a largely Jewish intellectual enclave.
The New School.
You know,
the New School.
Marcuse and Adorno and numerous others. So it's like every single one of them Jewish Marxists for some strange reason. It's like, couldn't they find any Catholics or Protestants or people of other?
It's all, you know, it's just like a sort of an experiment, I think, by secret societies and trying to implement their esoteric structure in how they were forming how they would form a society based on those principles.
Social engineering. Hopefully that resonates with what you just shared with us there, Tanya. And it goes back to what like Roger hit on earlier, this business exactly of like social engineering and steering committees and think tanks. Let's not forget about those. You know, very important when it comes to, I think, what you're kind of talking about. If I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, but steering committees and think tanks, and it's ongoing today, and I don't think it's going to stop at any time soon. And that's why I say that this world, both the Buddha and Christ, they were renunciants of the world. They're like, you know, render unto Caesar what is Caesar. You know, unto the singularity, what is the singularities? You know, so basically, but that's about. So go within, look, rather than trying to fix all the problems, the universe as we see it outside of ourselves, the exterior realm.
If everyone wants to fix greed and ignorance and hatred, then we have to fix it inside of ourselves.
Yeah.
And then it's going to inherently ripple out.
Where do we exactly? Where do we return to when we pass away? We don't go out, venture forth out into the world. that's what we're doing now to some degree. Hopefully, with caution and what is it? Practical wisdom, skillful means.
Karmic seeds,
Pardon
those
me?
are
What's
going
that?
to shape whatever, depending on whatever karmic seeds you stir up and create in this life, and
Uh-huh.
a combination of your subconscious thought before you die
Yeah.
is kind of important.
Yeah.
Magnetism.
I'd
And those
let
factors, they're going to draw you into your next whatever environment is going to ripen whatever seeds are ready to ripen.
You know what I think would be really cool? Yeah, and you're so right about the ripening of karma. That's thus have I heard. Like a rainbow, I don't know if you call it rainbow body necessarily, but some sort of rainbow apparition manifestation that hasn't been, under the influence of Operation, what's it called? Their Blue Beam, the Blue Beam
Oh
technology.
yeah.
And that's a point that we missed out on earlier, going way back to the beginning with the Werner von Braun. I think Roger was talking about that with the fake alien attack. That would be the final scenario, really the card that they were going to play after the whole terrorist nonsense had run its course. And basically, that was it.
Everybody talks about Blue Beam, but there's something else that you need to check out if you're really into that stuff.
What's that?
Check the Blue Planet project. It's and everybody mixes it up with Blue Beam, but it's not. It's completely different.
Blue Planet?
No, it's called the Blue Planet, or Green Planet. Sorry.
Green Planet. Blue roof.
Yeah.
Green Planet.
Yeah. But it's actually pretty interesting where they start talking about like the different alien races and stuff that are supposed to be coming to our planet.
Uh-huh.
And it's actually pretty interesting. I believe it is the Blue Planet.
Angels and demons. The big thing I've been watching trend here in social media lately is like demons. Well, fine. You got your demons. I mean, is that it?
That's what people don't understand. Their mind is creating it. Like, it's like their greed, their envy, it's all them. These, ugh. And you just look at the people that are saying it.
Uh-huh.
They're the most fearful.
There's talk of as well, like DMT. I was looking the other day, came across the screen here, this DMT business, and the way that people venture forth, they kind of penetrate, and the kind of psychedelic cosmonaut.
Through a barrier.
What is it that with DMT that we kind of come into contact with on a deeper level? Some sort of, like, I think what Hubbard referred, L. Ron Hubbard, founder of Scientology, referred to as thetans. I kind of see as like mind parasites, maybe like William S. Burroughs, something similar. Well, I don't know, in the Buddhist context, what would that be? Just neuroses? Not really seen as clearly.
In my experiences with DMT, I did not encounter beings. It's like, it wasn't so much that as it was just a very interpersonal transformation of like, the first time there was like an opening, and it was like a triangular shaped sort of thing, and it opened and I went through it, and it was just like, really, it was just shapes and like almost like
geometrical shapes.
Yeah, geometrical patterns, like each thing building into the other, like almost like you're looking at, like, I guess if you could see consciousness, maybe you're like inside of it looking out.
Right.
And so the patterns. But it's almost like I knew what each pattern meant or where it was going.
Right.
Then with each journey, it's like there was a different layer. And then the next to last journey was it was almost like these sort of pillars. The only thing I could relate it to would be like the Easter Island heads, but they weren't Easter Island heads. It was basically like each pillar was like I guess an incarnation of society, like creation, destruction, cycle. And there was like this filament that ran through everything. And like it was strange because everything went and disappeared into a point, and I went and disappeared into that point, and then it all unfolded and came into me into a point, and that was it. The last journey and the final journey that nothing ever will be done needs to be done was I went out of my body, but my body didn't. Normally when you do DMT, you have to be lying down because you're gonna fall. You're gonna astrally project out of your body. The body is done. You know, it's there. It's not moving. And the body continued walking, and I was looking at myself. Everybody else was on the ground, and the sky like went completely smooth and cloudless on one side, and then it went like very cloudy on the other side.
I remember
there,
tripping on the sky big time when I dropped this
The whole time I was just my body, watching my body. And movements were not hard. There was no cruelty to movement. There was no fine motor skill. I was split in two.
See, that's why I say that most of that has to do with consciousness. Like instead of entities or deities or whatever you want to call it, I feel like they're different forms of consciousness. Because you mentioned the pillars in your vision. Now that pillars are actually a part of the Axis Mundi, believe it or not.
And that's what it felt like. It felt like the point of origin. Everything was happening at once. It was forward, it was backwards, it was
right. Exactly.
Like yeah.
So
and nobody believes it. Nobody believes that stuff at all.
Oh, are you experienced?
Well, see, our minds are built off of symbolism. No matter how much you fight against your instincts, everything you think subconsciously is formed by symbols. Okay, we go outside and we look at trees, and then we turn around and we create things like the world tree or the axis Mundi. Okay, spirals is another thing. Okay.
Yeah. Well, symbols. We gotta basically call an end to the show here quite shortly too. You can finish up your point regarding symbols, of course, Roger. Not a problem. But George Carlin, he talked about symbols briefly in one of his bits. But he's saying that really he was never a fan at all, big fan or believer.
You can fight it all you want.
Well, do you know what?
Fight it all you want.
He was never a big fan or believer in symbols. Why? It's simple. Symbols are for the symbol-minded, and that's about as far as it goes.
That is 100% true. You have to let go of the symbols. The symbols keep you locked.
Yeah.
Into a grid.
Programming.
You are biologically programmed to think about symbols. It's just like when you look at math. Okay, everybody talks about
break on through to the other side. Break on through to
trigonometry and all that stuff. It's all about squares and freaking pyramids and
it's all shit that's thrown up to confuse us, man. Come on.
It's symbols, man.
Certain things may be pointing, leading the way, but they can lead you down a dead end.
Fractal
street.
math.
Oh.
Fractal math.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. Symbols.
And endlessly. Let's talk about getting caught up in samsara. How far down the fractal path do you really want to go?
It's in order to escape it, is to let go of all of the symbols, to identify, with as nothing, to stop to step outside of good and evil, but wouldn't that be inherently good? Because if you have, cleared your mind and purified to the point of enlightenment, liberation, arhatship, then there would be no creative action. Everything would be open. But if you step outside the realm of the cycle of life and death, would you not cease to exist?
I'm sorry, would you not what?
Cease to exist.
Wouldn't you cease to exist?
Okay, Charlie Manson. Enough of that now. Huh? Come on now.
No, I mean, seriously.
Have you heard that? That was it. Actually, that was a song that the Beach Boys stole from him. That what the hell? How did they rework that one? Some come on, girl, come on, be my lover or something, and cease to exist. Look it up. It's a good song, actually. The look. I can't remember it's.
Jim Morrison, maybe.
No shit. This is Charlie Manson. Cease to exist. Give yourself over.
Yeah.
Come on, girl, give yourself over. Something to get the look of your game. You could look it up if you want to, but it's a good song. The Beach Boys, basically Dennis Wilson. I don't know, it sounds like he ripped off Charlie, and he wasn't. Manson was not too pleased over the whole thing, particularly. The sounds were also.
He was his drug dealer at one point.
Manson was Dennis Wilson's drug dealer.
Yeah, I believe so. The drummer.
Yeah, that's right.
I gave the Beach Boys a massage at a concert when I was working that festival.
Oh yeah, which one?
Yeah, all of them.
All of them? Was this back in the day when Brian Wilson was still alive?
It was 2003.
Oh yeah, he would have been because sure, there's a good chance. I mean, if you worked them over, all of them, that there's a good chance.
Yeah.
That you don't remember clearly though. They were, because they were on again, off again. I think with him out there, he had some issues.
When I'm working, even for extremely famous people, I'm not really. I don't listen to the Beach Boys. I don't know their history.
Right.
I don't care.
Yeah. Just they're doing your job, right? So there you go. So yeah, I mean,
a lot of.
What's that?
Famous country artists. A lot of famous artists. A couple of them I remember.
Travis Tritt.
No.
Where corn don't grow. Hey, come on, check out that song. We'll give him a plug in the song, and I'll tell you what, he's somebody I respect. And if only because I think he's done Farm Aid, pretty sure he has, but also for the fact that he stood up again and took a stand against this business of everyone being taking the experimental troll shot in order to be an audience member at his concerts, to be a ticket holder and to attend his concerts. Like so many others, they were the cattle they were herding together, rounding up. Everyone had to take a experimental kill shot in order to gain access, right?
I haven't worked the show since COVID because the entertainment industry all got on board with that bullshit. And
Van Morrison didn't.
Even a couple of years ago, I got contacted by the agency I work on some big country artist that was coming.
Yeah.
I don't let them listen to country, but I had heard of them just because they're famous, and they were requesting that the therapist be vaccinated.
Fuck that.
And so many of them. I don't think it's actually the celebrities. I think it's their PR people or their tour managers or whoever's
bullshit. Yeah, that the massage therapist be raisinated, I think is maybe a better term. It's kind of this.
Not this girl.
What I'm saying though is there, what does raisinated mean in your? I'm just saying it's a code word that we're using instead of the V word, just because of the way that these jerks on
Oh, because it turns
BoobTube.
you into a raisin.
No, well
Yeah, got it.
well it rhymes with so I just off the top of my head thinking raisinated,
Yeah, raisinated. Yeah,
exactly. Hey,
raisinated.
I like to get some of my music. Speaking of music and so forth, to you to listen to, and see.
Please do.
Like I've recorded it. It's like studio music, multi-track. Got some keyboards. It's all indie demo stuff. But it's stuff I've written that I'm mostly interested in having others hear, not the covers of the cover songs. It's the
You did
originals.
notice how many compliments you got on Austin's website, right?
No, Austin who?
Austin Todd went on a Discord actually.
No, man.
And you posted your song on there, man. Freaking, they've been giving you really good kudos on that song.
I don't know what you're talking. Well, tag me. I haven't seen it.
And MUSIK on Discord.
Oh, you set that up for me, didn't you?
Yeah, that was Austin's channel.
Do you have a band style or remix or reformation?
Have a what?
Go and make a profile for your music under Reverb Nation. It's a platform for artists and industry people at different levels.
Yeah.
And I did scouting a little bit for a small UK label, and I would go on there and I would look. Oh, there's so much good stuff on there, and it's a way to share your music. And Bandmix, you can put your stuff up there and make a profile to either just show your music to people or attract people to play with.
Yeah, well, I'd like to get generate some income is one thing. Ultimately,
you can sell your tracks on there, and then go on Bandcamp and launch it onto like Apple Music, Google Play, all that.
Yeah, I'm really I that's where I lose it. I totally go off the rails, and I sort of my programming or whatever, however you want to put it, comes unwound. I reach my limits. I just need to hand it over to somebody else to take care of things, so
turns into a wild man. I tell you.
No, too much. But but ultimately, Tanya, I would like to, and you notice, I sent you that link. Was it Songtown? I think they're out of. There's so many folks out of Nashville. Obviously, that's where the whole world is. That's why I'm not there. But I have writing original songs and pitching them to the right people, right? Like that. It kind of it complements their music style. Obviously, that's why you want them to listen to what you have to offer, because you think that they could maybe work with it and have it.
Right.
They've already got an established audience, obviously, and it would complement their style.
Send me a link. Let me hear it.
Yeah, I got a few tunes that I like really that are big songs. It's a question of what. See, the thing is, and that's maybe where you could help out. You could say, this is a good song for so and so. This is a good song you could send to this other person, and the whole just number of different suggestions and ideas. And if things work out, I don't know. I have to.
Well, I don't really hang out in that spectrum so much anymore. But
okay.
I can, just because.
Just off the top of your head, just spitballing. Then that's all. That's just spitballing. Say, hey, how about this would have been, or back in the day, this would have been a good. It's Johnny Cash. I can hear Johnny Cash covering this one,
and I will share it with everyone I know. My friend Dietrich might be interested. He's a sweetie. Other people might. I will give it around to people.
You might be you and your people, as it were, might be actually pleasantly surprised by what I've got to offer, or just
I'm excited to hear it. Please.
Yeah, just an honest critique saying, well, do better here or there or what have you. But it's like, I think I've done the best I can for now, at least, and I can keep writing more songs. And that's the thing. If I'm challenged,
What all do you play?
what's that?
What all do you play?
What kind of music styles, or what instruments, or?
Well, instruments, yeah.
Well, we guitar obviously, and then we had keyboards, and with that we had drums, and there was like a bass line that we got going as well too. Sometimes it's just me and the guitar, but harmonicas, and I'm not sure about percussion so much, but
What program are you using? What are you running?
oh geez, back in the day, I recorded up in Seoul and then down like more locally via the A Town, which is America Town, the military guys and gals hang out at, and that they do shopping, and they have their night spots for
I thought
entertainment.
I thought you recorded it yourself. I was just wondering how the programs were
No,
running.
I'll tell you what, there are indie recordings I've done just right here off the floor with Audacity. Nothing at all, just me and Audacity. And I can actually add some effects, like just to give a little more ambiance, or to try to give it the sort of.
I like Cubase. If you Cubase, Steinberg is awesome.
Is it free?
No, it's free. It's not like I don't think it's not a subscription, but you have to pay for the program, and you would need like a 4chan mixer.
Oh, geez.
But
What about
those are pretty.
there's a program? Cakewalk, yeah, Cakewalk.
Cakewalk is I think it's got more pop than Audacity.
Right. That's why I'm
But
trying to get my hands on Cakewalk. I don't know how to. I think I tried downloading via Pirate Bay, and that didn't quite work
are
out.
you
So
unable to get it? Because if you can't get it, I can try and download it and send it to you.
yeah, if you could upload a version for me, that'd be great. So just between you and me.
Try my best.
Hey, that
Yeah,
free
man, just
free file sharing between friends. That's the way it's supposed to be, right? And
yeah, man.
I had a
Live video.
I had a lawyer explain this to me once, and he said, as long as you're not making any money, as long as there's no money trading hands, you're not selling anything. He said, I don't see how there's any real crime being committed. So that was his take on the whole thing. Anyways, he probably had a good point too. It's essentially so. But yeah, I see a few photos of Tom Green there. Somebody I've recently grown to gain a new sort of respect for, actually listening to some of the podcasts he's been putting out. I'd like to contact him, and actually there's one song I have in mind in particular. I finally figured out how I'm going to approach Mr. Green and say, hey, I've got the song I'd like you to listen to. I wrote it for a Canadian musical kind of country folk legend. It was a tribute to our Johnny Cash, actually Canada's Johnny Cash, the late great Stompin' Tom Connors, and got it up on Vimeo. I think I screwed around with the key though. I got it in B flat, and I really should have it back. I play it in G, so the voice sounds kind of goofy. You know how that works, Tanya, when you monkey around with that. I totally screwed up. Didn't know what I was doing, but it is what it is. So,
Yay! Well, please send it over to me.
It's a great song, man. It's really cool. It really is. So, and if you
but
just,
I it's like almost 1:30 in the morning, and I have
hell yeah, man! I know. I've been trying to, yeah. So, okay, one more time. Just a plug for your martial arts academy and your contact information. I'm going to cue up the outro here. So, got about 10, 15
you can
seconds.
Check it out at integritywellnessandefense.com. You can find me on YouTube. The name of my channel is April Wellness. Email is integritywellnessandefense@gmail.com. Find me on Facebook, Integrity Defense Academy, Bella Sundry's Wellness Studio, or Vidali Lotus. And I just try to use those platforms to put a message of compassion out there. So, but that's how anyone could get a hold of me. And yeah, thank you for allowing me to hang out and have great time and conversation.
It's been a blast. Yeah, we'll have to do it again sometime soon. Roger Hansen, minds.com. Anything else, Roger? You got about 10, 15 seconds here.
You can find me on the internet.
That's about it, eh? We're going to get Mr. Robot on here before too long, too, so that's going to be a lot of fun. Thanks to everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, we're looking forward to that
Roger.
one.
I enjoyed the perspective.
On behalf of Captain
you.
Long John Sinclair, all the rest of the crew here down in Skullport Harbor, until we meet again via these high often all too intrepid digital seas, I'm your host, as always, the show's Chief Communications Officer, Jaffe Ryder, reminding you, as always, keep your ear to the ground and eyes to the sky. Tally-ho!